It's time to stop.
How did you?
Rock, paper, scissors, right? We don't want Eve to be as simple as shut the fuck up, Seto!
Floods of like memes, and these small gangers are like, we're the elite of the elite. Do not fuck with us. We will kill you. We are the best players ever. It's like, dude, I did your shit. I did it better than you did.
You know what this conversation is like? When I say not enough supers die in Dell, and people tell me, oh look, there's a super died in Dell. So it's like, when
What
I'm
are
talking
you
about
even
the balance
talking
issue,
about? We were talking about fucking balance, not supers
Yeah.
dying in Dell.
Look,
Why
look,
does
look, look,
everything with you have to be about supers fucking dying in
Shut
Dell?
up! Shut up!
Christ!
It's an analogy, moron. It's an analogy. Okay?
You guys stop arguing. You act like a fucking married couple. Jesus
No,
Christ.
don't stop arguing.
It's an
Well, it is Trash Talk
It's an
Tuesday.
I was like,
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Trash Talk Tuesday. It seems like a lot of people are busy right now, because there are like 1,700 people in M2. Wow. Dom does have a wizard sat on. That's amazing. All right. Well, anyways, my name's Redline13. I'm the host here of Trash Talk Tuesday, and I'm joined by a bunch of other folks who are going to go ahead and introduce themselves now.
Hello. Hey, hello. I'm Rundle Nighter from AARP. Come join us. Come play with us.
I am Ivy from Eve North, better known in game as Pandora Singularity from Sixth Empire.
I'm Mal Alicon from New Eden's most okayest C4 wormhole group, Pospy.
And Lasers and Lace!
That is true.
I'm from the Alliance Test, and my name is Jeremy Nadari.
I'm Loki. I'm here all the time. Dreadbomb, IQ 300, CEO.
Imperium Dread Bomb.
Yeah, Goon Bomb.
Goon Bombs.
Hey, Redline, I hate to interrupt you real quick, but your camera is not on the fight at all. Go to the Satio Asbel called the
It's an
Frat
Asbel.
Asbel system. Go to the Frat Asbel system.
It's not going to be on grid. It's going to be off grid.
Yeah, so but you can tether, I think. Or you can... We're killing an Astra house by the Asbel.
So
I just thought I'd let you know, otherwise it'd be a really weird 2,000 man fight you're not streaming.
Well, he wanted to look at the pretty stars in space.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her there, Redline. Come on.
But Dom won't have a wizard's hat anymore.
Are you really? More in today's news, how Redline is blind. Oh, here we go.
How Redline found the frat structure that nobody else knew was anchoring on something. Here you go, guys, social media.
Breaking news.
Brought to you live right here on TTT.
So I believe
Only the best.
Redline asked me a question. No, Dreadbomb are not goons. Dreadbomb are not blue to goons. Dreadbomb are not in any way associated with goons at all.
Aren't you guys the ones who hang out with purple helmeted warriors and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're in Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew is a coalition in LoSec, or a coalition that isn't a coalition in LoSec.
I'm super bad with who people are outside of Null and High-Sec. I'm very sorry. So I'd like to make relations and learn a little bit about you.
Maybe we can be friends. Well,
Exactly.
I don't know. Purple helmeted warriors are pretty much, they're one of the most famous little groups, right? Like to come out of LoSec in a really long time in like EVE history. So that makes sense. And then they formed a coalition that isn't a coalition, and here we are. It functions loosely as a coalition ish. We do like little coalition fleets and things like that, but it's not like a traditional like call to arms. You got to come and fight for the Imperium, or you got to come and fight for PanFam, or you got to come and fight for that kind of thing. It's I mean, we're also fighting the Imperium. So there's a difference between fighting for somebody and then remaining
show me
politically
the
neutral,
last time
right?
that you bashed an Imperium structure or killed an Imperium member.
Jeremy, your fucking alliance was blue, like fucking hard blue with goons for over 4.5 years. Don't even start.
I've been in this alliance for a month, and that's an invalid point. You're deflecting my argument. Please
It's
answer
not
the
an
question,
invalid
sir.
point. Test were fucking
Please
goon
answer the
pets.
question, Loki.
Literally.
Please answer the question.
Stop projecting
Loki, answer
your
the question.
test. Stop projecting your fucking test shit all over me, dude.
Dude, I was in Horde before I was in test.
You joined
Answer the
test, and all of a
question.
sudden Loki's a goon. What was your question, dude? Sorry, I was too busy yelling at you.
You guys scared off Mal.
Let's put it this way. I personally have been blue to PanFam for longer than test were actually blue to goons. So I don't know, dude. When you call me a goon, I don't really give a shit, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense, you know?
If it looks like a goon, talks like a goon, walks like a goon, and acts like a goon, it's probably a goon, dude.
Okay, so speaking of goons, because this
probably
is freaking hilarious, my daughter, on a completely unrelated topic, she loves that stupid little game called Roblox, and she opened up one of her little Doohickey Bobs, the box thing where she gets a little character, and I kid you not, the little Roblox character's name was Alex the Red Shirt.
I don't get it, but
It's
I like to laugh.
Mittens.
So for anybody who doesn't understand that reference, the Matani, his name is Alex, and he often wears a red shirt. So that's pretty funny, actually. So
I giggled at it just a little bit.
I mean, I would giggle if I wasn't stuffing my face full of breadstick bites from Domino's. God bless, dude.
Where's the ramen?
Domino's doesn't do ramen, unfortunately.
I want ramen now.
I've never had good ramen before.
Dude, I ordered Domino's a couple of nights ago, and it was actually really bad. I don't know. I don't normally order Domino's, but I kind of feel like the last time I did, it was better. It's like half raw almost. It was half cooked. One side was overdone, the other side wasn't done enough. There's more toppings on one side than the other. It's just fucked up, dude.
Unfortunate. Anyways, I don't think this
unfortunate.
is the pizza stream.
So, Jeremy, what was your actual question, though, that I was supposed to answer that I never actually got
What
to
is the last time that you destroyed a structure, killed a member, or generally harassed the Imperium and since you've moved into Brave
Okay,
space?
well, do you remember that time where Brave
Guys, align somewhere. Don't just sit there. Fucking align.
So
who are you yelling at?
Nimrod, tell
his
your
blues.
fleet to fucking align to a celestial. You can't move. You're scrammed. You're webbed. You're about to get converged on by an Eagle fleet and a mutant fleet. This whole Serb fleet's fucking dead.
That's nasty.
Align to a celestial, Nimrod, please.
Just get yourself out of the bubble. Just saying that would be probably a step in the right direction.
Run, Forrest, run.
Oh my god, that's fucking horrible. Well, I mean, to be fair, his name is Nimrod, so what did you expect? So yeah, Jeremy, to answer your question, when Brave just fed us munin after munin relentlessly for a little bit, and it came in with some stuff, we killed them too. So it was a couple nights ago. A couple nights ago, to answer your question.
So a couple nights ago, and was that and how long ago before that? I'm sure this is an intermittent issue with you shooting the wrong people.
An intermittent issue. I mean, I can start looking through our kill board, Jeremy. The thing is no. I don't answer to Jeremy, whatever the fuck your last name is, all right?
You answer to the people, and the people have voted you're in Dreadball. You're in
No, I don't answer to anybody. I'm on a show. I'm a host on the show. By the way, I'd like to point out that I've actually dunked goons on this show, verbally dunked goons on this show way more than Jeremy has. Just gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, this is my 32nd episode, probably. I think I missed 2.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
I normally do participate in the anti-goon banter because I think it's fucking hilarious and fuck goons.
So anyways, we do have a special guest with us tonight. One Ivy / Pandora Singularity. I wanted to wait until Rain raided, but she's too busy chasing clout to raid the stream and come join her show. So instead, we'll talk about it now. So, Ivy, when was this? Yesterday, when the Snuffed Out people came and did the bad stuff on the
The armor timer on
Sotio.
Toyo. Yeah.
So
They
tell
hurt us
me.
right in the feels.
So tell me what's going on. What's going on down there in Basgerin, which is a point 0.4 system in Galente Federation space that half the people watching probably haven't heard of.
It's our lovely little chunk of home where the Sixth Empire, which is, as we call ourselves, the New Eden Coast Guard, where we are there for you when you have nowhere else to go, or we are there for you when you are at your low. Our motto is we want to keep you alive so that we can shoot you in game. So we've been kind of operating the last little while, mainly on donations. I'm not gonna lie. Everything we own in Basgerin has been donated to us. Even the Keepstar from Mercenary Coalition, which was huge for us at the time. But yeah, so we've been doing our own thing, kind of, operating day to day. Our wallets are not Alliance wallets by any means. Like I said earlier in the show, I think we've got like eight bill, maybe 9 bill to our names because we spend our money on our players. Like if I'm going to um, be the difference between somebody plexing their game and having their social media outlet versus being home alone or feeding their kids, I'd rather you feed your kids and know that you can come online and talk to your space friends, and I'm going to pay for your Omega time for the month. Like that's what we do. Or we have something else kind of OPSEC in the works that I can't talk about that we've been a part of. And then we had another guy who he's got terminal cancer. He's like I'm a trauma nurse. I know the things and I read the reports. He's got terminal cancer. His only thing he wanted in game was to have a structure named after him. And so we went out and we bought said structure and we had it up and down and like we had it up in a day and a half. So that's what we do. We are a strong supporting broadcast for Reps community. You need us, we're gonna be there to help. And then the other day, Snuff came out of nowhere, reinforced our stuff, and then demanded 45 bill out of us, and we were like, "What?"
So
So
that's
that's a
obviously
lot.
like 35 billion or 38 billion more than you actually have. 30
Oh yeah.
something billion.
In all honesty, I even sent them a screenshot of what our alliance wallets are, and I'm like, "Look, bro, like." We don't have the money. And then they turned around. They're like, well, we won't come back if you declare Giannis the space pope on Reddit. And we were like, well, Charles never declared himself the space pope. The community did that. So we can't just claim Samarando as space pope when it was you New Eden people and the work he's done. Like that man deserves what he's gotten in the game. He's a phenomenal human being. And we just all around try to be good people in and out of game. Like that's just us.
Yeah, so it's super weird to just see or hear the reports. Like I was super surprised when you said that it had been reinforced. I was pretty confused by it, to be honest with you. I was hoping we'd have some more guests on to talk about it that could potentially give us some insight, but it seems that our friends in Snuffed Out are being super tight-lipped, except for Hi talking to you, and his response was almost verbatim, "Fuck you, pay me." Um,
Yeah, that's how it felt like. And like I tried for the day and a half before they came back to shoot us again. We thought, okay, well maybe they came in at our shield timer and haha, okay, funny guys. But then they came back and they didn't just come in like, little subcap. Like they dropped an entire cap fleet on us twice. So yeah. And a lot of people we were like, help? And people were like, no, 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 Snuff drops their caps. No, we're not coming. And so I was talking to Charles. I'm like, what do we do? And he's like, well, if we lose our stuff, we lose our stuff. We hope that we don't because we want to keep doing what we're doing. But help.
Yeah, no, true. So the and you and I were talking about it a little bit yesterday about people that would like people that have stuff in the area. So obviously Max Singularity the Space Pope, well, I guess it was out of character because the whole Space Pope thing that's RP, right? That's a Mar
Hmm.
roleplay. So out of character, he put his post up there.
As his real life name, yeah.
Yeah, so and I used that in the article that I wrote because I do those things. Um,
That article, by the chance, I thought it was freaking amazing. Like, it was very well written, and I sent it to Charles right away, and he's like, "This is gold. Thank you so much."
well, I'm glad to be assistance. Rain edited it, so she made my dribble turn into good words. Um, anyways, so he put in there that there's also the Keepstar there in Basgerin. Um, and then the but his kind of notification to everybody was, hey, you might want to get your shit out of the Keepstar if Snuffed Out continues to attack. So do you think that there's like a threat to the
So,
Keepstar?
you know me. I know a lot of people in EVE, which is par for the course when you do the social media. I know somebody here, somebody there, somebody there. So I reached out, and the first day that they hit us, I kid you not, I spent 12 hours in front of my PC screen. I called in sick to work. I stopped treating COVID peoples to do a video game because I was honestly dumbfounded that Snuffed had hit us. So I went to multiple different people in hopes of finding some smidge of information as to why this was happening because Snuff wouldn't even answer me other than the initial "we want 45 bill." That was all I'd get out of them. Like, not even like we got a rumor that from one of the Snuff people, oh, well, we were paid by so and so and pay us and then we'll leave. But the person that they name dropped, like, I don't believe it at all. Um, and then it was just, okay, call Jonas, the new space pope on Reddit, and we'll leave you alone. Yeah, it was Villy. They name dropped Villy. Um, I was trying to be OPSEC. Okay, I can say it. Thanks. Somebody put it in comments already. But yes, they told me that Villy had paid them to evict
I
Six Empire
doubt
Basgerin.
I
I
doubt
highly doubt it
that that's
also.
a
I
thing.
really do. But the words were that he was paid to evict us from Basgerin, which that to me says they're going to come back for the rest of the structures. And I honestly feel that the Satoyo hit was them gauging what kind of response we would get.
Yeah. And so with speaking of response, so there were two posts that I saw on Reddit. Um, one from um, one from Max himself, right? Um, and then the other from I don't know who it was, but they made a like a really good meme for it. Well, not
Oh,
like a meme, but like the
the
poster.
MS Paint.
Yeah, that. Between the two of them, probably like 700 different comments.
I know, it's amazing. Like, it blew my mind.
Can I just say I have a really hard time believing that Villy would ask or well actually even pay High to do anything. Like those two did not get along for quite some time.
Correct. So
See, and that's the part where I'm confused is on Snuff's like page is when you look up about them, it says that High is in like control. And it's always him you seeing with all the posting and then this and then that. But everybody's like, no, you need to speak to Tao. Tao was the boss. And I'm like, okay, well, who the hell do I speak to? Because High flat out refused to even answer any of my messages. And then the only other person who would talk to me was some dude named Jonas. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know who you are. Are you a line member? Are you somebody important? I don't know.
I think Tao probably just has more time, honestly,
Giannis,
than High does.
Giannis
But
is nobody
I don't.
important.
Yeah.
Anyways, so in those 700 comments, there was a basically several call to arms. There's a bunch of different corps and alliances and individual capsuleers that are like pledging their loyalty to the Space Pope and to the Sixth Empire and donating ISK saying, "Hey, we're gonna come and fight for you." So the question on my mind is, what do you expect from Thursday once that timer ticks off? Do you guys think
In
there's
all
gonna be
honesty,
a big fight, or is it just gonna fizzle out? Like, do you think Snuffed is gonna just chicken out? What's
so
your expectation?
this is my personal thoughts on it. This is not anybody else within Six Empire leadership. But I feel that Snuff wanted content. They just generated themselves a massive shit ton of content. Whether or not they're going to be salty about the Reddit posts and stuff now, I don't know. They might come back. But I think, from my stance, I submitted one of those, hey, there's going to be a massive fight in this system at this time, tickets to CCP to make sure that the node is enforced so it doesn't crash and all those good things. Um, in terms of, are we going to see massive numbers? I really don't know. Like in the past, we've had people, yeah, we're going to show up. And then, we're expecting a 30-man fleet and we get 5 people. So I'm hoping that enough little numbers will equal enough numbers to get rid of Snuff, but it's all kind of up in the air right now. I honestly have no clue what to expect, and for all we know, we might all jump into Basgerin on Thursday and Snuff might blue ball us and then laugh about it.
Yeah, I mean that definitely seems like a snuffed out thing to do, but I don't know. I don't know. It might not happen. But I know you're planning on manning this OTO, and
I most certainly am.
you're gonna be off work. And are you guys gonna stream this while it's happening?
So, Mal and Alana and I run Lasers and Lace, the ladies' talk show on New Eden Post on Thursdays, and we are planning on having our show early to do some fight coverage if we do actually get something. And then you guys can hear me be like pew pew and make all the fun sound effects as I yell at people in space. Because yeah, that's the plan, to shoot the things and pray to God the Satoyo. Because in all honesty, people, and I know Charles has said this also, if we lose the Satoyo, Six Empire loses the passive income that we've had to do what we do. So we'll have to reevaluate how to
Well, not only
fix
that, but
that.
you lose the trust of the people that have like put their things in that structure, as well as
Mhm.
the like if the Keepstar is in danger, that's the same thing.
I
You
I
lose
sent
that
out
trust.
mails. I sent out mails to anybody who's been actively in the area that I've seen and just said, "Hey, FYI, move your shit," because I don't want to see somebody lose oodles and oodles and oodles of stuff. Because that's it's not
Flame.
who I am. It's not who we are. Like we don't want to see people lose their only, like, we have one guy in there, he's like, yeah, I'm doing reactions, and I'm like, oh sweet, cool. He's like, yeah, it's how I make all my money in game, I'm loaded. And I'm like, oh wow.
And see,
So
all that
how,
stuff would go to asset safety, but the thing is
but he
that if
goes
you have
but he
so
goes
much stuff, it's going to be so costly to not only get
huh,
access to the items again, but also to move
pull it
them.
out, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I'm so space rich. And I'm like, oh well, how much in reactions are you doing? Because I was curious. He's like, I got 2 bill worth of stuff. And I'm thinking, oh,
Oh.
cute, you're cute. But then I went, oh, this poor guy thinks he's space rich and he's gonna lose his 2 bill. I can't let this happen.
Yes, I mean that's the big thing, is that you don't want to let down the people that have, put their trust in that structure. Same thing with the Keepstar. If this OTO does die, and then you end up having the Keepstar reinforced, because I expect that would be the reaction, is that if enough of a resistance isn't put up to where Snuff decides that their campaign is folly, then they're just going to keep on going. And I think that was the kind of the call to everybody for like, uh, from Charles on the post there to think about getting stuff out of asset safety. Or I'm sorry, not out of asset safety, but out of the Keepstar and into someplace more safe. So
Well, that's what I've told. I know a bunch of our guys. We moved our stuff into the NPC station because at least there, it's safe. You know, the what do we have? 400 M3 or whatever. Like we had, was it? Sorry, 739 mil in fuel blocks. Like again, we are not rich people.
yeah. Well, and so this is a final timer on the Sotillo, and it's Thursday at 22:39, right?
Yeah, so I'm feeling feverish and not so great. I think I can work tomorrow, but not Thursday. Like I think I need to stay home Thursday because that'll give me a day to recover and just feel better.
That makes sense.
I think we
Alright.
should all start saying like "Long live the Empire." I think that's a good thing to say. Is "Long live the Empire."
Well, I think we gotta support the Space Pope a little bit, right? Like obviously when when anything kicks off there, it's gonna be something where we want to make sure. I think people just want to, if people are doing good things for the community, you want to let them do good things for the community, right? And not
Yeah.
try to prevent them, regardless of what you might gain from it, anything like that.
Maybe
Like, and I
Snuff.
understand being the asshole of Eve, and yeah, we do all kinds of things. It's just a game. It's just pixels. But like, we're an active broadcast for rep community people. Like, these people are already at their lowest, and you're like going to the beach and kicking over some kid's sandcastle just because you can. Like, it's a dick move. Or in the comment section on the Reddit, they were like, well, you blocked us out of the Keepstar. And I'm like, well, what would you do if you came into someone else's house and they kicked your dog? Of course they're going to block you from coming back to their house. And
Right.
we block people with full expectations that they will reach out and be like, we noticed we're blocked. Say what? And then we talk about it and we come to a resolution. Whereas these people just want to keep coming back and kicking my dog.
Well, they do have like a reputation to maintain, right? Like Snuffed are generally the the big bad douchebags in low sec. Traditionally, anyway, they split apart and then they reformed, and I think now they're a little bit smaller and possibly insecure.
And yeah,
Also, they mine a lot now too for some reason, so there's that.
I think the Space Pope is calling for a crusade. So anybody
We
who
need
wants
help.
to anybody who wants to take up the mantle, feel free. I know that there's a couple there's at least a few people that I've seen that are saying that they're running fleets out there out of like Jita or something like that. So you can feel free to join them. I believe they're starting like 2200. You can see like the Reddit deets through some of the posts. And yeah, I think that's it for the
There was a nice video of Snuff leadership in full panic mode on YouTube. Where is this? I want to see.
it was
Aww.
removed. Well, so that's the story in Basgerin. I'm gonna go ahead and just because I feel like it, I'm gonna link the article that I wrote about Basgerin just so that you
The
can.
actual reinforcement timer is Thursday at 22:39. For anybody who wants to try and come help us, or if you're just gonna be nasty and horror on the kill, like we get it, we do, but we would prefer you help us.
I will be there to whore on the kill, 100%.
I
But
might
the
even
snuffed
shoot it
the
once
snuffed
myself
kills, not
too.
the Keepstar kills. No, no, no.
It's a
We'll be
large
holding on
kill now.
snuffed kills.
No, I'll be whoring on the Sotillo kill. Trust
No,
Red
that.
that
line,
won't die.
red line,
Take
and
up the
then
cross.
and
Go on
then
the
we've
crusade. Space
we've
Pope.
had some people who are all like messaging me, messaging Charles, and they're like, so we're with such and such mercenary group. Are we gonna fly with you? Are we gonna fly with them? Who knows? And we're like, why are you taunting us? Why? Yeah, dude, I'm serious. I'm serious. I am saying this myself as Pandora Singularity from Sixth Empire. If that Satoyo is going down and it's at like 3% and there's still too much to time and it's 100% dying, if you're here to help me,
Might as well,
feel
right?
free to whore on that and get on an epic kill mill. Like, might as fucking well. I'll even undock and bump it with my pod myself. Like, Get on that shit. I would too.
So, and with that, I do want to move on to what you guys are seeing on the screen right now. What the fuck was that?
Thank you so much, Redline, and bye, guys.
See ya,
Beta.
Ivy. I don't
Later,
know
Ivy.
what that explosion was, but it was bright as hell.
I don't
Maybe it was the
think
spy
it
for
was a
us trying to
cap.
do things. So this fight that you're seeing on screen, I'm sorry that I didn't talk about it sooner. Please forgive me for my grave incompetence. I was gonna talk about, how to train your goon and the kind of shit that's been happening in M2 TAC XFE. But holy cow, you're seeing it live and in the flesh. For the last week or so, this has literally been the MO for Pappy, is just to log in a bunch of people and shoot the shit out of the goons for an hour or something like that, and then just leave. And the most insane thing is happening, and it's that they keep on coming. So right now, the Imperium cannot leave M2 TAC for fear of the Titans breaking out. So we just come in here, we do things, and then we move on with our lives. And right now it does look as though, even though there was a little bit of a rocky start with that Voltron Serb fleet, that the blue guys are gonna clean up here. Blue guys being Pappy. Now I do still see where there's a lot of ships on grid that are not Pappy. I mean, we could still see some fighting break out. But it was very clear that once those caps got dropped, all the fleets kind of moved away from the engagement profile of the capitals, which is weird. I would have tried to circle up towards the Astra House to keep the dreads there in range of the other ships, but I guess that's why there's carriers on field and not just dreads. So yeah, that's Jeremy. You've been running some shit in M2, some X-wings, I guess you guys call them.
Yeah, T2 interceptors that do pretty good damage. So I mean, this has been kind of the modus operandi, is just kind of constantly pick out the armor and open up chips. So right, so when I started running X-wings, the example I give is that Goon Swarm, they'd always have the carriers out in fight, in the bubbles. They'd always have them orbiting something, so if something logged in, they could instantly blap it, right? Well, I started running X-wing fleets. I got I kind of figured doing some with the kill mails we have, plus the stuff I've killed we don't have kill mails for, because you only get a kill mail if you kill a wing of fighters. We killed probably like 500 fighters on the low side, I'd suspect. And eventually they just stopped putting the fighters out in the bubble, so we were able to get capitals out, sub-capitals out that way, because we conditioned the goons not to put their fighters in the bubbles. Easy. What we've done this time, we kept going in fleets, and Matani pings like 17 times every time we go into this system. So we just started conditioning the goons. Just ignore the Matani pings for M2, because they're not going to fight. They're just going to run away, right? Or they're just, they're not going to do anything. It's not an actual breakout attempt. And so we did that. We observed, okay, well, their numbers dropped this much. This has dropped this much over this amount of time. And we anticipated and we figured out a date. We plotted the data. And we figured out the date and time, and this was the day and the time that we figured that Goon Swarm numbers would kind of diminishing returns, and we could take the fight. And we can see that on grid. We have Pappy capitals in M2 on grid. There are no Imperium capitals here right now, as you can see. So
just for clarity, we can no longer, the meme of the lowercase Pappy with no caps can no longer be used because there's very clearly Pappy caps here.
yeah, I think we should start doing all lowercase Condi, because they don't have any caps. I don't see them here. They must be trapped.
Talking about.
I am herfing. Yes. How did you know?
And they're itty bitty caps.
Welcome to the show,
computer.
local
Can you
Imperium
put the goons in
member
chat?
Don Rhea?
Enhance the Pappy capitals. Actually, enhance the Condi capitals on grid. They can't see the Condi capitals on grid. Computer enhance. Oh, there are none. Oh, okay. Just
Yeah, there's none here. That's okay though. It's not a huge deal, right? It's, there's 330 Titans trapped. in this system. 330 Trap Titans. It's the new fucking wizard hat. Can you believe it? Anytime you want to say something like, we just kicked your ass. 330 Titans trapped in M2. Oh. Anyways. So this is what we're doing. This is how to train your goon swarm. Like we are literally teaching them to play the game how we want them to play it. So it's something where, and I'm not using this as like a made you form argument because I think that's some toxic stuff, but this is literally like you're doing what we want you to again. So this is just like the Keepstar drops in NPC Delve, except granted you're not feeding a trillion ISK every time one gets dropped, but every time we come into this system, there's a million rage pings, 1,000 goons form, and there's a little fight, and then everybody leaves. And it's been happening for like a week.
I mean, I distinctly remember killing an Asbel in here with no fight whatsoever, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be crazy from an hour and a half ago. Where were you guys then?
An Asbel.
An Asbel.
Uh-huh.
It's like pocket change. You know how much one of those things cost? Like,
I mean,
I could buy an
all the
Asbel.
structures that
I'm
test
for it.
spinning can't be pocket change.
It is
Well,
pocket change. An
Well,
Asbel is
Don,
pocket
you
change.
could talk about the Asbel that you killed in this system, and I could go pull up kill mails of dozens of Asbels. So TOs, Fortizars, structures that have been killed in all of the Imperium systems with no contest.
That's
Like the
probably
remember,
probably a
we're
pretty
getting
bad
invaded.
comparison. Of course, you are.
We're getting invaded, you know.
But
That's
why does that
completely
mean
irrelevant.
that you can claim a victory for killing a structure and someone like me can't?
No, I'm just saying, like, where was any resistance on that one? Because I definitely
Where is any
remember
resistance
nobody
on like
else
the
there.
4 or 5? Why don't you have a single Ansiplex online in Delve right now, Don? I think that's a
Guys,
pretty big victory for us.
look, the biggest thing here is that we have 330 Titans trapped in this system, okay? Just so everybody knows, no matter what happens in EVE Online regarding World War B2, at this very moment in time, Pappy has 330 Titans trapped in this system. And
Here's what I don't.
is anybody really blinking an eye at that at this point?
Speaking of blinking, I got to practice a new strategy this week, killing structures as a learn.
What was it?
Blinking, how to kill a structure with bombers and not lose one.
Oh yeah,
I've never had
that's
to
a
do
cool
that
strategy.
before myself.
That seems pretty easy. You just warp off and you start getting yellow box 60. It takes 40
no,
seconds.
You just cloak.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Two
see,
volley
Jeremy
cloak,
doesn't know
two
about
volley cloak,
blinking.
two
You can
volley
do it in
cloak.
3.
Well, that sounds so
But
annoying.
the
I was
thing
doing
is,
like
you
3 or
have
4,
to do
but
you have to hit your cloak right at the end of right at the beginning of your third volley. The second it
right,
starts.
so that way by the time it's
exactly.
then you
By
get
the
to
time
sit
it's
there
back.
invisible while it's
Yep, it's perfect.
yeah.
Goon.
So
I never had to do that
I thought you
before,
couldn't.
so I got to practice that.
I thought you couldn't cloak while something was targeting you.
But it's not targeting you. You're just
Oh,
spraying.
okay. So
But
you
it
should.
takes it longer to target you than it does for you to get through 2 volleys.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
so that's
I thought if you're getting yellow box, it prevents you from cloaking.
That's
Yeah, so
once you've been locked.
they're cloaking before they're getting actually locked by the structure. So they
Okay,
just
so the person hasn't hit
relentlessly cloak.
the person hasn't hit the button to lock them. Is what I'm
No,
hearing.
they
No,
have you.
Oh my
It doesn't
god,
matter.
you're an
It doesn't.
FC.
It doesn't matter if someone is trying to lock you. Once you're locked, you cannot cloak. Before that, you can cloak, and then it will break lock.
I've like never used a cloak before. I'm
Is
gonna be
there
honest,
going
I
to
did
be
not know
trash
that.
talk? Yes, there's going to be trash talk. We just wiped the floor with Goon Swarm in our invasion without using Titans. So that brings us back full circle to the 330 Titans trapped in M2. Don, can you think of a
330.
single? Can you think of a
take any away from
single thing? Can you think of a single thing that we would have used Titans for in the last week and a half? 2 weeks, even?
I said you guys should have gotten out last week. I don't know what you're waiting for, but
Yeah, but
you do you.
if we
Did I
if we
not say
have
that the moment
if
you
we
guys got
have a
trapped, that I gave
bell,
you 2 weeks to get out?
if we have a bell that we can ring for
It's
instant
just like
fights,
poking the 1DQ jump pitch. I don't want to hear it, bitch.
exactly. If we have a bell
It doesn't
to
matter.
ring
We
for
haven't stopped
instant
logging
fights,
in. We haven't stopped doing stuff. We love this
would
I
we
should know,
not
because
just
my kill board is
continue?
very, very nice now that people log in again. It's very nice.
My
Fat Goonswarm
kill
kills.
board would be nicer.
Very
if
nice.
it's
Can't
like
wait to
what
kill
I'm
the rest of
watching.
your people. 10 out of 10.
If I wasn't Logi, I'd have a nicer kill board.
So like for this,
Just
I'm
messing.
Logi. I'm flying Logi. I have a nice kill board, so it's easy clap.
for
Then
the
you're clearly not Logi.
advantage to truly be expressed, goons actually have to escalate with caps. You get that right?
Correct. So that's what I'm
And that's
trying to
what
say
he's
is
trying to
that
get at. Yeah. I know.
right now, what you use Titans for is an escalation chain, right? So right now, those Titans are not in a terrible spot. Like I'm sure you read the article
Do you
where
have your passive modules up?
I'm sure you read the article.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have any modules.
Press me.
It's all good. So, but I'm sure you read the article where our dear God King Matani was talking about how the Pappy Titans are like they're like having an unexploded ordnance at your doorstep. Think about that, right? Because right now, any of those Titans that are in range of our Titans, if we load grid, jump more Titans in before you are even ready to do so, then any Titans that you break tether on are dead. Like, we just wipe them out. That's why I don't understand where the big meme is. Oh, we're trapped in M2. We're not trapped in M2. You are trapped in M2. You are trapped here with us. Exactly. You're trapped here with me.
But the goons have already done a Rorschach. The goons have already done the Rorschach thing. So this is a Rorschach. So like Redline's trying to Rorschach your guys' Rorschach, I think, is what's happening right now.
It's funny.
It's pretty epic, actually. I think that's a power move, dude. It's a fucking power move.
I don't know why you guys don't log in and just fucking do it. Oh wait, you're across so many time zones that if you try to log in, you're only going to get part of your forces, and we'll get all of our forces.
I mean, you're across a lot of time zones too.
What do you mean? You're gonna get everybody all at once? Somehow you've got a magic button that notifies every person in Goonswarm, regardless of the time zone. Hey, log in! It's time to fuck some puppies.
They have they have a brain implant, is what it is.
Didn't you get your standard issue brain implant too, Redline?
Mine was
broke
removed.
the conditioning.
Oh, you had it removed? Well, that's sad. You should have kept it.
Broke the conditioning.
So apparently,
honestly, don't get me like, to be serious. You're right. Both sides are kind of like sitting here. We still have a lot of Titans. You still have a lot of Titans. We want to keep these ones here. You guys, have a choice of either logging them in or keeping them there. We're kind of at a Mexican standoff. Everybody's holding guns at each other, and it's like, who's gonna pull the trigger first? When is it gonna collapse? As I said, I expected you guys to try and break out last week. So any extra day for me personally is a bonus, but other people may have different expectations.
I mean, realistically,
it's just like,
why? Like, why try to break out right now?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can see it from your guys' side, like, meh.
It's not even like the your guys'
No, there's
side
some
thing.
people down there that probably want to get their accounts back. So there's probably,
Yeah,
let's
sure.
say 10% that would like to get their characters back. There are plenty probably who don't care right now or can wait a month or wait another week or another month and a half. Who knows how long? Like,
I'm back. Is Redline trying to pretend like this
they're-
is an optimal situation? Is that what's happening right now? I just
No,
got back.
Redline's
absolutely
trying
not.
to like make something out of nothing. I don't know.
What do you mean? We have 330 trapped Titans here.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, especially when
let's talk
they
about
log
something that's
in
bigger, is that
and smash your faces in.
They're just pre-staged. They're permanently pre-staged.
Exactly,
Titans.
pre-staged.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, for real, all spin
Is there
aside,
a preheating setting?
100% spin aside. I'm sorry, I was just kidding about that. Please don't clip any part of the stream and share it and say blah blah blah. Red light is a fucking spinner because that's horse shit.
Yeah, I get plenty of clips of Don's an idiot because people cut off like the joke or like.
See, and
half
that's
of
so
what I said.
stupid. Why would
Shit
you like anyway, Dawn's not an idiot. She's not stupid. She's smart. You leave Dawn alone. If you mess with Dawn, you mess with me. And we'll fight you. And
Well, there's
the
a solid threat.
answer is no. We are not.
All I can say is I know what I know and I know what I don't know.
So what I do know is that while all this is going on in M2, so again, the dinner bell has been rung.
We are golden retriever bees, so it does make sense.
And you are losing faction Fortizars at the moment as well.
So, speaking of losing, by the way, before the Astra kill, it's 24 bill for Goonswarm, 14 bill for Pappy.
I mean, that
Lost.
sounds like a win for Goonswarm, dude. They were here. They held the grid. Oh wait, I'm not in Goons anymore.
They didn't hold the grid.
So,
They lost the
you
grid.
have a faction for it. Like you've already lost a bunch already. Like what's one more?
I mean,
How does
what's one more is that, and I wish, God, Villy, I wish you were here so that you could say this because I'm sure you could say it with a lot more eloquence than I do. But what is hilarious about this, and this is what's so insane about this situation, is that you literally cannot project your force outside of one system, which means we could, without consequence, destroy everything from everything around this entire region that's not in M2 tech without batting an eyelash at it. Sure, we might have a subcap skirmish. But obviously we can drop capital ships, right? And the whole point to having a Titan fleet that's bigger than your friend's Titan or your enemy's Titan fleet is so that when your enemy drops caps, you can drop Titans and say, all right, your caps just died. Here's my dick. How big is yours? And your dick is stuck in this system and cannot move because what's left of your dick will get destroyed if you try to project any force otherwise.
And I want to add on to Red Lines because I was there for the planning phase of this whole shebang. The whole reason we were to get this fight off and those faction Fortizar kills off was because we knew that as soon as Goonswarm moved a sub-capital fleet out or their sub-cap fleets out, we would just go into M2 and they'd have to turn back around. And all we would do is we would keep doing it. As soon as they left, we'd just come back and hit more stuff. So they put themselves into like a very bad, like a chess analogy. It's a very bad situation for them to be in. Well,
for the sake of the metaphor, then, can we safely say that your guys' dicks are busy in M2 tech crossing?
We are crossing the streams, yes.
Currently, yes.
They're touching.
But realistically, what you kind of have to say is you say a little bit of right? Just a hair bit of but mostly it's just I don't understand it. Like I don't see how it is so difficult to recognize what's happening.
Listen, if something was important, we would leave him to. And
then we'd get our Titan fleet back. Like this moment you say we
and
leave
so
in
what?
is
Okay, and then we'll have another Titan fight again in a month and a half. Who fucking cares? Either.
Well, will we though?
It's
because
just
we
funny that you guys are sitting there instead of using those accounts for subcap potentially. That's like the difference.
Don, by your own admission, we are outforming you still in subcaps, right? So we have your Titan fleet trapped.
You have 3 times your numbers.
So we have your Titan. We have your Titans trapped. We still outform you in subcaps. You're in a bad position, I think. If we keep your capital. What timers have you won recently? Because it's not the 5 antiplexes we killed. It's not the. It's not because Because we weren't going to go after it. We formed 50 Feroxes.
So
I know because I was a Ferox FC.
let me
I wasn't in
let
any of
me
the fights.
let
I
me
don't know
clear
that.
the air for a moment because there's some pretty aggressive
Here,
shit
Bill's better at this.
talking.
He's been more involved.
Y'all shut the fuck up. Y'all are getting
Bill's going
stomped.
to talk about how Alabama's beating
max
whatever
fucking
team.
point.
I'm
You have to
sorry,
bring in
Bill.
capitals.
I can't
You
hear
have to bring
you
in
over the sound of
capitals,
us
man.
You
bringing
guys don't take-
capital
You
ships
have to bring in capitals
uncontested.
because you can't
What do you
handle our
mean?
subcaps.
What do you
3-1.
mean? You can't
cannot
handle our
our
capitals.
subcaps 3-1.
What are you gonna
You're
do?
getting
It's a
mud
fucking
stopped.
war,
Redline.
Bill. You're
You're getting
getting
bent
fucking
over,
slaughtered
and you're
around
getting
here.
fucking
In the entire region of
our
Delve,
subcaps.
you guys are getting axe murdered on a fucking stake, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Not one.
Why did Bill think a small ganger there? No, you can't just drop capitals on my 10-man roam. No.
Can I just give a shout out to the Horde fleet, which just rammed the the Imperium fleet? I thought that was really ballsy, and also to Kunmi from Imperium for that really amazing boosh. Good job, you guys. I recognize that. Also, fuck everyone who kills me in my scepter alts. I hate you.
And I held grid in that engagement there because Big Bill left. He couldn't handle it, so he fucking left.
Big Bill couldn't keep grid control
We're
over
a
So,
little
50
busy
capitals.
right
back. You're not busy. You're not doing anything.
You're not here. There are no capitals. Here are subcapitals. You're wrong.
Big Bill the bitch.
We did not lose one single capital in an engagement in M2 TAC.
You're tethered right now on some sort of a structure. But
Did
anyway,
you just say you've never lost a capital engagement at M2?
No.
No.
Hold
I
on.
said we did not.
That's not what he said. That's not what he
that's
said.
what I heard.
He said they did not lose a capital engagement in M2. A capital engagement referring to this capital engagement that we just won. Hold on.
Don,
Wait a second.
I said we did not lose a single
Wait a
capital in this
second.
engagement.
Hold on. Wait,
you said it,
Don.
Jeremy,
That's not what he
you're
meant.
wrong.
Jeremy.
Calm down there,
I don't
Tucker
care what he
Carlson.
meant. That's what he fucking
Jeremy,
said.
you're fucking me up here, dude.
Don, I would
Jeremy.
I would pay twice to Brisk Rubel for his school of going on to podcasts because you learned well. You owe him twice the amount you paid him originally.
You should get like a Skillshare
You
account.
have literally become like the female version of Brisk.
Brisk Rubel needs to open up one of those
Did you say female
Skillshare or whatever accounts and start teaching how to be on podcasts.
Did you just assume two people's genders at once? Oh my god.
Wait, did you call Jeremy a female?
No,
Only if you pay me enough.
She's saying.
He's saying to Dawn.
Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
No,
I think
I
that's
have
a
to
huge
be
insult.
much more.
No, Don, that's a
I'm
huge
not
insult.
tactical
You're way
or,
better
like,
than that.
eloquent or anything like that.
All right, we're good. So now we're back to the regular.
Well,
thing. I'll
Don,
let
you also
guys see
talk a lot less than Brisk.
The
Brisk
Astra
talks like
House in
20
the
minutes at a
background.
time.
So
That is, if you
guys,
ask anybody in
welcome,
Goonswarm, you know
welcome
that's
to
not
Trash
true.
Talk
I talk
Tuesday.
way more than everybody else.
If you're new here, basically the entire show is sometimes it's screaming over each other, yelling. Whoever can shout the loudest wins. And if you are not here for that, fuck Talking in Stations is rating. I'm about to say something mean. If you're not here to hear people that play Eve bitch at each other and fight in comms for 2 hours, then you're on the wrong stream.
And we all love each other too is the thing.
I love you, and if you are looking to oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say go watch Merkelchin, but he's just in M2 streaming the same thing, talking mad shit. Never mind. So we're just chilling.
Enjoyable to look at when he's streaming.
Yeah, he's pretty handsome, not gonna lie.
Please.
I'm not gonna he's enjoyable to
Sorry.
look at. For certain reasons.
Tess is now also getting to loot this Astra House, which I find quite nice.
Don, are you hitting on Merkelchin?
If you
Dude, I've been saying that for like 3.
If you don't hit on Merkelchin,
trash talk, not
look,
loved.
Okay, fine, it's trash
He's
talk,
my own
but Jesus. But look, so eventually, ooh, the Astra House is blowing up. Goodbye, Astra House. Anyways,
Don, why? First off, one of my court mates killed you. Second off, what were you in? What is this pod?
Oh, it was an extra pod that I just wanted to get rid of.
Oh shit!
It's
was
from,
it blinging?
I don't remember what was it.
Okay, guys, look.
It's Hall 3, Cap 3, Power Grid Management 3, Shield
this
Management
is
3,
the
Shield Operations
turning
3.
point of the war right here. An Imperium Astor House has just been destroyed in M2 TAC XFE. There is now no way that the Imperium can expect to hold this system in any meaningful fashion, as the Pappy Coalition has finally been able to constrict around the Imperium and choke them out.
Every time I hear that, I just think of like the "Don't Tread on
Dawn.
Me" meme, but instead it's like the like bound up snake that's like "Choke me harder, daddy."
How could you
Every time they bring that up.
Jesus Christ.
You can't say that. That's Twitch. That's Twitch TOS baby.
No,
That
it's
is not
Constrict.
actually
She
because
can
I
say
did
whatever
not.
she wants.
I'm not talking about explicit like acts or anything.
Why? Why would "choke me, daddy" be explicit?
Yeah.
Choke me like you
Exact-
hate me, but you love me. That's
Also,
a
can I
good song.
just respond to something here, Telrim? I've not been gay pwned, you Warcraft loving piece of shit.
And I will respond to that by saying we don't use the G word in that context on this stream, and this channel does not promote that. Thanks for trying to get me banned, you fucking moron. Anyways, moving on
I
down the
like how we
road.
can call people fucking morons. We can't say other stuff. It's crazy.
I know, right? It's amazing. So anyway, the Astra House is dead. I'm gonna keep panning around the grid. I'm just gonna go back and chill in M2 because
We
it
got more out of a
seems-
fight
Can
for
you
spending a
fix
fraction
my
of the cost.
profile picture? Because it's been wrong
no.
for the
Am I
past
on there?
4 streams.
I don't even.
Hey,
know
I
about-
am on
I don't know
there.
what you're crying
Woo!
about.
You are actually on there, Don.
Yeah,
Oh fuck,
finally.
this is
Took
gonna
only
be
4 months.
this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really bad. No, don't warp, don't warp, don't warp. Please
Why do
don't
you
warp.
have your brackets like that, by the way?
Like
Now
what?
we have
I
3
said,
females on the stream.
I said, hi, Goon Pet.
What do we have on the stream?
3 females now.
Jeremy, do we
Yeah.
have to fucking put you in the fucking
Wait.
corner again?
I'll put you
Bro.
in a solveless territory situation after I'm done with
Is that
basic
female
training.
now?
After
No,
you're done
Villy's character's
commenting on
female.
your lack of
Oh, okay.
experience
I
with
get it.
cloaking devices?
Yeah, I'm not a coward. I take a fight like a man.
Yeah, well,
Or
when you know,
Alright.
certain things have to be done.
So just a little while ago, you guys were watching a fight in M2 Tech XFE. I'm sorry if you're listening to the podcast, you are listening to us talk about the fight. But if you're seeing on screen, the fleets that were engaged in that fight, what's left of them anyway, are currently tethered. Oh fuck, I'm tackled. I'm dead. I'm gonna die.
Ha, 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 ha.
How
Shoot 'em,
could this
goons.
Someone put an
happen to
all-point bulletin
me?
out
Welcome
to
to-
save Red
I
Line.
made my
Welcome to
mistakes.
fucking 10 minutes ago for me.
There's nowhere to run.
guy, like,
It
ow.
up, hide it
Necro,
away.
save Red Line. You have the power.
What a bitch. How'd you
I
find me,
should run an
dude?
Ology Legion at this point to not die.
Hello, Redline.
Hello, Seto.
mean,
How are
I
you?
see all
Seto,
these
do you
tethered.
wanna-
Oh, I see the
Seto, you
random
want to
mix.
tell us about how Catch is going?
Oh, wait a
guess.
second. Hold on.
We can get to that
Oh.
later.
You're so quiet.
I mean, I'm just chill right now. I'm not gonna be screaming at the top of my lungs because I think
You're
that's
on the wrong show.
Ugh. I was in the
So,
wrong spot for
how
that
much is
shit.
Imperium? Let's just cut to the chase here. Like, don't stop lying, man. How much are they paying you to do this?
nothing. I just talked about it on TIS. So,
I don't believe you. How much they
About
paid?
350.
alright, well, that's fine. You can choose whether or not to believe me or not.
So, why are you attacking people who you don't have the skills to fight back? Why are you like this in a game?
Why are you
don't you like
shooting the new bros?
Sorry. I'm
Rain,
sorry
we
that
already
they live
talked
right
about
next
they're
to
not
me.
new bros.
So,
I know.
Neighbor.
Rain was
They
on
were
the
not-
opposite. Rain was literally on the opposite side of that argument like last week, and now she's just instigating.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to move next to them?
Because
kill
I
them.
live out of Declan Los or Derelict Losec. They live right next to us. That's part
Is there
of
no
Close.
other region bordering Declan? Is there no
Not-
Sovereign?
Derelict.
The next region that has Sov that borders Derelict is Providence and Ketch.
We're not in
Provi
Declan,
just broke
dude.
up.
What lives there?
Why didn't you go to Provi?
What's in
Because that's like
Provi?
nothing. Nothing is in Provi. It literally would be easier for me to go.
Exactly. So
So you choose to go pick on people trying to learn the game, being more unhealthy for the ecosystem of the game than all these big null blocks you claim to hate that are killing the game.
Sure, Jeremy.
Says the dude who was in tests being the largest goon pets in recent history in this
Well,
game.
we're killing them right now, so I don't think we're pets anymore. Computer, can you enhance the image of the
Jeremy,
coalition?
you're not on fucking Star Trek. And by the way, your computer would have a name, so it's probably
Computer,
Alexis
can
or
you
it's Google or
you enhance
it's
the
Siri.
image of the current Goon Swarm test coalition fleet? Can you bring up that image, computer?
What are
You have to say, "Hey Google" first
why
for
do you
anything to
keep
happen, dude.
why do
Jeremy
you
wants to
keep
act like he's like a big test fanboy, but
I
weren't
just
you in Brave like 2 months ago?
Hey, I just heard that
Why-
whenever we shit on Brave and Test and UQ Dash, you were pitching a fit in FC channels because you're like, how the fuck did they lose? They shouldn't have lost, even though
I
you
was.
can't FC anything to save your
Maybe
life.
maybe
That's
if you
not
haven't
true at all.
abandoned your alliance and
Ooh,
gone to another
wow.
alliance.
My Ezekiel, you'll
I'm
find
just
that it's
saying.
better.
Oh my
Try
god,
not.
Ezekiel stats.
Don't-
Who the fuck gives a shit, dude?
You
Like,
actually
you
like
literally,
Don't fucking worry
Jeremy,
about Brave if you're not
you're
going to be able to.
probably a worse FC than Shadow Tomorrow, and that's saying something.
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's not
probably.
probably. It's 100%.
But on paper, like, you know, Shatter's been playing this game for a long time. I have trouble seeing why he lost. But you know,
Shatter's
I
been
wasn't
playing
that.
this game for 4
Because
years, which
he's,
is actually less time.
I like Shattered. He's just not a great FC. I don't think at all.
Shattered
Clearly,
I'll
because his
laughable at
decision making
CFS.
was shown by that fight.
How about this? I don't think that people who have been playing the game for 4 years are going to be very good at much of anything unless they're fucking like, I don't know, some amazing FCs like right out the gate or something like they have some predisposition to being good at FCing. Like
Yeah,
when you say
Redline.
Shatter's been around
Hey,
for a long time, Shatter's been around less time than
Real-
Test have been pets
I mean-
to goons. So just
Shattered
put
has
that
been
in
around
People do
perspective.
longer
have a
than I
natural
have.
talent.
I have
Shatter's
a-
been along
like,
longer than I
I
have.
have a real quick
Okay,
question
well then he has a 4.5-year
for
character.
you guys.
Okay, yes, Redline.
Does anyone have a high grade amulet pod laying around T5C anywhere?
How'd you lose your high grade amulet?
Uh-oh.
Just asking.
Redline.
Hey,
Asking
The beer
for
is
a-
gonna be lost now.
Asking for a
Billy
friend.
said-
Wow.
Billy
Asking
said
for a
that
friend.
running missions in NPC Delve would be a great money source, so ask one of the testicles to do it.
Can
I
somebody
don't
link?
remember that. I'm not tracking that.
I
Can you bring up?
distinctly remember that argument.
Can you bring up that clip, please?
Sir,
It doesn't
Clip,
exist.
it was
Sir, listen,
discussion
Jeremy,
there. I
you
can
are
look at my
not
messages and
you
fight.
are literally not in a setting where you can talk to a computer and say, computer, do X, and that happens. Stop talking to my computer.
Listen, I like
Stop
to do
it!
it because you know the computer doesn't exist. What they're talking about, it doesn't exist. It's the same thing. So if once they stop talking about things that don't exist, I'll stop talking about things that don't exist.
What?
I'm so lost now. You're
So-
such a you're a strange guy, Jeremy. I'm just gonna say
I
that,
know.
all right, dude?
I know.
So Carlisle Gaming posted a kill.
It's just something I thought was funny.
Posted a kill
No,
mail
no,
and
no,
Twitch chat.
nope.
Y'all should look at that. Redline, can you pull it up on stream for us?
Can't do it.
Do you know that character?
I don't. I have no idea who that is.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I have never
I
seen
read-
that character's name before in my life. And if I had, I would know for sure. But that character does not exist.
You rank on another Asbel and him too.
Or two Asbels
I
already
was told
anchoring in
that
the
like Jeremy. Never mind. I won't say that. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
What
No,
is it?
go
I'll
ahead.
just call you.
It's
No,
Trash
it's
Talk
Trash
Tuesday.
Talk Tuesday.
No, it's okay. It's just too mean. It's too trash talking.
No,
I
it's
don't
it's
care.
Trash Talk
DM
Tuesday, dude.
it to me, and then I will approve or deny it.
It's
I mean-
Trash Talk Tuesday. You can just say whatever you want. No one cares.
Told. I was just told that you were asked to stop being on these because you set a bad public image. So.
No, I'm not. I'm not tracking that.
All right. Well, then it must be miscommunication then.
Yeah.
By the way, Jeremy, I screenshotted that conversation where Billy did say that NPC Delve was a reasonable resource for testicles and why they went Delve.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay. Well, yeah, I was wrong.
You're wrong.
Listen, if anyone
You have
has
to
a public face or public image of any alliance, I'm at a loss for words. I just come on here and I like to have fun. So.
Okay. Anyways.
So what's happening in Dove? Because I see everyone rage pinging, and I don't pay attention to this shit.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of.
We had a little stuff.
So
I
does
would-
do people who pay you not give you access to their pings?
I have goon pings too, but I don't.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know why. So you said earlier, like the fact that people keep telling lies is why you're gonna keep telling lies. I don't know why you keep saying that goons paid me when
well,
that's not
they
true.
did. I'm just waiting for you to admit it.
Okay, you definitely know what's happening with my wallet.
So tell us.
Oh,
God,
Rich Richmond, the
Rich
other
is
goon
loud.
pet's here now.
Let me turn him down a little bit. Rich isn't a goon pet. Shut up,
Wait,
Jeremy. You
why
talk
is
way
Rich
too
a goon
much.
pet?
What the
So-
fuck are you talking about?
Anyways,
Jeremy? Why the fuck am I a goon pet?
let me just
Get him, Rich. Get
I
him.
knew
Let me just clear
you
the
do
air
that
for a
reaction. You're not a
second.
goon pet.
So that is something that I did want to talk about as well, because Seto, you have been tasked along with about 1 billion of your friends to attack Brave, correct?
No one has tasked us with anything. No one's
Okay.
told us to do anything. I
Okay,
went
I'm
to go shoot
sorry.
a Fortizar because it was in my space that
I
I
used the
took when
incorrect
Watchman
word.
folded that Philly said he was okay with us taking because he had no one to fill the space. I killed the Fortizar. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're attacking new bros." Oh my god, like they live right next to me. There's going to be a conflict of interest. Like I just don't get why that's a big deal or why people are making it a big deal. I'm sorry that they
Don't
fault me.
apologize for anything.
I mean, I'll apologize if people think that they're wrong, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing.
Well, no, of
Well,
course
hold
not.
on a
And
second. I'm gonna-
if that's not what's happening, then obviously we want to know, like, because right now that's the air is that.
Do you want to know what happened? So the
Well,
Watchmen
no, I
collapsed
just want
when
to.
Initiative moved. No. The Watchmen collapsed when
Okay.
Initiative moved over. Their space was up for grabs. No one had it or wanted it. We took it, which Villy had no issue with us taking it from what he told Rocket X. He said that hell, there's still even a test Fortizar in our space that we kept up because he asked us to leave it up so they have a jump freighter mid. And we were fine with doing
Oh,
that
where?
in K60.
There you go. Go find it.
But I agreed to leave that fort alone. We took the space, and Billy said he was fine with us taking the space, and it wasn't an issue. But when we started to clear out that space of everything but what someone had asked us to keep up there out of respect and out of being an old time friend, everyone says, "Oh, you're killing the new bros because we killed a brave Fortizar and stole a Satio and a Tatara." It's
Hold on a second.
you
Anybody who says that
Yeah.
Brave is new bros, fuck off. No, fuck off. Brave is not new bros.
Yeah.
Can I just point,
Absolutely not.
Can I just
Brave.
point
Yeah.
out though? Can I just point out that all of this happened before they got a fuckload of supers and titans like trapped in M2 tech? Seems like after that period of time, everybody got their panties in a fucking twist about this shit.
I mean, Brave only has like 13.
I think it just
titans, like,
coincided. I'm not 100% sure. I think we
Yeah,
knew
but
it was happening.
who's even like this is like I don't even understand like who is saying these things, because as far as like what Seto just said, Billy was okay with it. So if it's just Jeremy running his mouth, like why are we even talking about this?
Well, because for some reason everybody
he's
thinks
loud.
takes the words of a bunch of line members. Everybody hears line members and they're like, "Oh man, let's run with
Says
that's
Rich
true.
Richmond,
Excuse me,
the
I am
lineman.
literally the
give a
lowest.
shit.
Rich Richmond, the
Doesn't have
lineman
a line
versus
to
Jeremy, the
remember, yeah.
Chad, lowest tier FC. Yeah, I'm no.
Man, I am good at causing shit on this
Man,
show. I love
you're
it.
a low tier FC. What are you? Oh shit! Did you enter the DDFC program that I couldn't
Yeah.
enter because I had to be vouched in and I had to do
So-
3 weeks worth of Python worrying to
The
qualify?
fact that we now basically live close to Brave and will go to them to get fights does not mean that we're on Goon's side, because we're not, nor are we on
I mean,
Pappy's
if
side.
you're not with us, if you're not with us and you're attacking our friends, you're kind of against us. Which you a goon.
I'm against you, but I'm not with Imperium. That
Well,
logic is flawed. Like,
Jeremy,
I
no,
get that
like
you're trying to
anyone.
be simplistic and that your brain can't handle the fact that people can fight you and not being part of the Imperium, but like, it's just it's bound to happen.
You attacking brave new bros is only second in atrocities to Snuff attacking 6 Empire. It is that level. of
holy
atrocity.
fuck,
No, it
dude.
isn't.
So what happened when PO deployed to Providence and Brave? Did you
Oh,
say
I
the
wasn't
same
there.
thing?
I don't care. I wasn't even playing that game then. I don't think.
Okay,
Oh, there you go,
well,
there you go.
it's
Jesus
content.
Christ.
Brave One Dock and fight us. Like they live right
Jeremy,
next to us.
At some point
Okay.
in Eve's history, every
Billy's
fucking
here.
nullsec
Discord.
PvP
Billy, I
alliance
kept
have
him entertained.
deployed
Up
against
on
Brave.
other comms, but I just came on here to say, Jeremy, can you shut the fuck up?
Oh, okay, sure.
There you go. Anyway,
See,
back
Well,
to moving on.
I had told you that
Anywho.
someone had
Oh, thank
told you
God.
to shut up. That's the best part.
Oh, now he fucks off. Oh, that's wonderful. Seto, you know what? I am glad that you're taking up the former space of Watchmen. To my
Wait, did
knowledge,
Villy?
they contributed
that
very
looks
little to the
just-
coalition. They contributed like what was it, 6
I
people to
I
a
had
whole
always
coalition
I
strat
had,
up.
I had always wondered why they were sort of in Legacy because every time like I saw Legacy, I get their AU time zone, but there was a lot, and I mean a lot of embezzlement in that alliance. The exec, I took in a few buddies of mine who I ended up making through taking their space who were in the Watchmen. A lot of buddies of mine said that they would mine like moons and do these alignments, moon mining ops, and then would never see where the ISK went. And that happened for about as long as they had been there, and they'd been there for 8 months. The moons, like there was a lot of like, oh, you had to pay a crap ton to rent a moon or to mine a moon. Apparently, there was a worry about a lot of embezzlement in that alliance. There was no military structure in that alliance. There was just this, so as soon as they got hit by another group, they just crashed and just broke in half. You know.
Oh, I had similar
I heard
rumors as
that
well. Hold on a second.
in
I got
tests.
Hold on. I have similar rumors I've heard about that as well, Seto, because a friend of ours who is in Legacy, who is an FC in Legacy, who is ranking, a few months ago before this, during some deployment and curse, he told me, and the rest of us, that nobody in Legacy knows why Watchmen had all that space, despite the fact that he did, according to his words, fuck all. They contributed 6 people to a whole coalition level strat up. 6 people. You could have paid me, and I would have brought twice more.
It turns out when you run your corps and your alliances like shit, and then there's a stress test that gets applied, they break, and that's what happens. And honestly, it's like the job of
I
PvP
heard that
alliances in this game to kind of like, I don't know, to some extent, quell the stupidity, quell the bad leadership, and get things back into the proper order, and that's what PvP alliances do. So I don't know, dude.
I mean, I guess you could bullshit
I
your way
heard
into
that
anything, right?
Requiem charges 60% on their moons.
Well, look at like I'm just setting up moons now for my corp.
Can I get
Okay, I'm charging like 10% fucking tax. Sorry, Don, go ahead.
I don't.
I was just I've had an inside person on moons tell me that they would pay up to 60% on their moons, their private moons. And I'm like, oh well, that's why you guys think I was so rich on my moons. I spent a bill a month on my moons.
And if I think if an alliance is charging 60% and it can show to its members that that ISK is going to them or to good causes, and at least communicates that, that is completely different than an alliance who Watchmen at the time taking 80 or everything on the moon and then not stating where that ISK was going or not seeing any investment back in their members at the time. That is completely different, and that's what was happening.
Well, and an alliance that is, that taxing for a good cause is one thing, right? Corporations can individually also generate wealth for their members. And that's like, it's not all on the alliance to make sure that everyone is fucking fed and happy. Like that responsibility should also be falling on the CEOs of various corporations, right? And then those people should make sure that their individual members are being trained properly and have an ability to make good money in the game so that they can buy all the ships they need to keep their organization strong.
Well, I mean, if you bullshit your way into somewhere and you pretend like you know what you're doing, you pretend like you belong, you can, get so far, but as soon as somebody starts checking your credentials, like in this case, falls down.
I think in most cases in this game, there's a lot of like when people start out, like you start off with a corp, you start off with a new alliance or something like that, and you have no prior experience. Like there is a degree of like bullshitting your way into the job, right? To an extent. The thing is that then there are like intelligent people who do that and are successful, and then there are fucking morons. And so you can really start dividing who the stupid people are in EVE
Well-
Online, which is why I like this game.
Yeah, what is it called? The Dunning-Kruger effect.
Sure.
So what?
You never heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
That's why I said what?
Google it. I'm not explaining it. I've had too much. I've explained it too many times over the course of
How do
playing
you
League of
spell
Legends
it?
and Dota
What?
2.
No, that's a horrible use of resources. You're one person. You could explain it to myself and everyone else listening instead of
Okay.
everyone having to go and Google it and fucking take X more time than one person explaining.
It's where people
like to
believe
have
that
that
they're
power.
smarter than they really are, basically.
There's this area where you think you really don't know much, but you suddenly think you know way much more than you
Isn't
actually
it the
do.
effect where basically like idiots are really confident in smart people because they know so much that they're
No,
not confident anymore because they know that they may not know something?
Idiots are more confident in themselves because they think they're above the other idiots, and they think they're way above the other
Yeah,
idiots
that's
when
what I
they
thought.
suddenly they're not really that above.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I knew what it was.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
It's like it ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so, right? Like the Mark Twain quote. And those people are, I
Nice
mean,
Mark
and it's
Twain usage.
it's like verifiable though, right? Like Eve is a game where you can verify that. Literally look at an alliance, look at a coalition, and look what's happening to them, and then you can verify like more than likely. I mean, maybe they run into some bad luck. I don't know, but it's
Well,
not that hard.
the good people don't know what they're doing half the time. Like they're not too confident themselves. Me, I'm not confident in myself when I do shit at all. Good God. Never let pride and hubris take you off guard.
Hugh Breeze is part of Imperium now. Please give money to Hugh Breeze.
Is that an actual person?
It is an
You don't-
actual character now.
Oh, Christ's sakes.
And
Hugh
don't take
Breeze.
him for granted.
Don't
So
take Hugh
anyways,
Breeze for
let me just go back a little bit because I wanted to touch on this. I don't know if it ever got answered. So Seto, are you guys attacking Legacy over there, or was it literally just that fringe incident where something was attacked that was in your space that you were told that you could have, and you're not actually attacking?
It wasn't that we were told we could have it. We were told that there was no conflict with us taking it, or else it would be empty space because they were not intent on holding it and all that other stuff. So we took it. We started clearing it out, and if we ran into an issue at Legacy, great, we will fight Legacy or Test or whoever comes. And not a lot of people were happy about that, and I understand that. But I will gladly fight them to take what is now like quote unquote in our space. And I mean, there's still Fortizars that are in our space that are still up that we have not touched yet or will not touch out of respect.
Do you mind if we come over and touch them?
I don't care what anyone does, in this game, as long as they have fun.
Just
So
I have
while
been given
we're
a prompt card to read real quick. I recognize that what Dreadbomb doing is legitimate, and they are not being paid off by goons. And I hope they have a good fight and fun, and I hold no animosity towards anyone in Dreadbomb.
That's some bullshit.
Oh,
Man,
Jeremy.
you're reading off a script that's just handed to you by Pappy Leadership, huh? Seto.
Hey,
Tell me-
speaking of scripts, that's kind of like Dunks and Warped Intentions.
We have
sorta.
openly told the Wrecking Crew as a whole has openly told like Pappy leadership, specifically like Villy, that we will search and look for content and catch because there's a hot content zone right now. However, we will not pick a side on the initiative or Goon versus Pappy stuff. If they get involved, we will stay out of it. But there's a Fortizar and blah 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 system and catch. We might go to it. But we told them that we would stay out of picking sides. We are just using catch for content and to have fun and every now and then have an occasional fight. The
Well,
main thing that like Dreadbomb as a whole is doing is fighting Fire Coalition and Great Wildlands, if anything.
How is Dunk Dinkle's quote, "We don't want to fight, we want you to leave," holding out for you?
Where did he say that quote?
Well, it's based off his CSM minutes that he doesn't like to see people feed, and he wants people out of his space rather than providing them a good fight.
Then
Have you
he
been
should
forced
come
out
and
of
hit
his-
our. Then if he wants us out, he should come hit our structures because that's content for us and for him, and that's exactly what I took the space to get.
Listen, Dunk, we would leave you alone if you hadn't like descended on our home and blew up our shit.
Dunk
Actual-
multiple
Hi,
There
times.
he is.
So if you want to talk
What's
shit,
up?
let's talk shit, Rich.
What's
I don't know
up?
how many times I got to explain it to you, but you can't get to understand the simple context of the conversation.
I
So
do
go ask
understand.
somebody else. You can just fuck right off with repeating the same line over and over. You know it's out of context, so you can fuck off.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ever.
I think you should. Yeah,
I
you've
don't
never
think
said.
I've ever
we-
seen Dunk mad. I don't think I've ever seen Dunk mad like that.
I was
dude.
hoping that I could get to talk to Dunk actually.
I was hoping he'd stick around.
Why did Dunk run away?
Could
This
somebody clip
is-
that?
Oh, he doesn't want to deal with this shit.
It's
No,
clipping.
I
It's clipping.
understand him. I don't want
Let's
to deal with how Jeremy is
So,
sometimes either.
Isn't
I got-
that
I
that's
have
the
been asked
third? That's the
my
third
life-
drive-by of the night.
That's-
First we had Bill come in, then we had Villy, and then we just had Dunk,
I
all
have been asked
doing
to-
drive-bys on the stream.
I've been asked to
Drive-by
tone it down,
Tuesday.
so I will calm down and make reasonable discussion now.
How?
That's because
Yeah,
you allow
I
so
love
many
how
people
I
to just
told
pop
you
in and out.
that you were going to be told this and you didn't believe me, and then you were told it. That's just the best. That's my favorite part of
I
tonight.
mean, what do you expect me to do? Believe you?
No, I don't expect you to believe me. I just think it's fucking hilarious.
So
As someone who has no stake in this at all, we have not paid Seto that I know of, so you take that as you will.
I mean, if go ask Mitten, oh, he don't really come on here, but I mean, like,
Mittens
like
is
2 seconds.
grieving. Mittens is grieving the loss of
Because he
his
killed
fish.
his fucking fish.
No, his
What did he
fish
do?
Well,
fought
which fish died?
He
Pete.
Is that named
What
after
happened to
Elise?
No.
Oh.
But
Docs.
so
so
Mittens
hold
had
on. Can I get
if
some
you're in the
more?
Imperium,
Sorry, I
What do
was
you
going to
want,
ask
Seto?
for more clarification on the Dunk quote that was taken out of context.
The Dunk quote taken out of context. It was
No, Rich, you don't know it. No. So it was in the
no.
CSM minutes. So what had happened was there was a discussion about how to get people to fight. And one of them was, oh, we'll just go into their space and shoot their structures. And Dunk said, when you do that, all he wants you to do is leave. He doesn't want to fight you. He just wants to shoot you so that you die and you leave. And that was like in general the context, but it was a single quote in the
He was the man
CSM
himself.
minutes. So
No.
the whole entire further. Okay, sorry, go on. Dunk.
Let me explain again for the 12th time to some of the people in the chat. The discussion that was happening that's called out in the minutes was, what if we take all the Logi out of Eve completely? Like, what if there's just no Logi? And I said, Logi is a force multiplier. When you overship, Logi can compensate for it. And at the time, Aerith was saying, well, don't you just want to whelp ships against our superior fleet? And all you got to do is kill one of our superior ships and you're ISK positive. And I say, I don't care about being ISK positive. I don't want to whelp ships. I want you to leave. Right? So that got put into the minutes, that discussion in context about having no Logi, false multipliers, and whether you want to fight for ISK war efficiency or not, has all been extracted into one line that Rich likes to repeat every time to justify his play style. And so it gets taken out of context every time. And I've tried to be nice and correct him and say, this is the context and this is why I said it. But he doesn't want to do that because he's so weak in his argument style that he goes and says these things when he can't defend himself. Well, now I'm here to defend myself. So what do you have to say, Rich, in context of what I said? We fight every day. We fight all the time. We shoot your kitey bullshit. And you come on chat shows and say we don't fight? Bring it to catch tonight, Rich, and we'll see what happens to you. I'm tired of you taking me out of context. If you want to take in full context and argue that, yes, having no logic in the game is great for the game, then let's have that reasonable discussion. But when you take one quote out of 2 paragraphs and then try and jam it down my throat to make me look bad all the time, I'm going to take personal offense because this is the 12th, 20th time you've tried to take this line, and I'm tired of it. You've written articles about it, and I am tired of you taking me out of context repeatedly after I've explained it to you multiple times. Am I clear? Am I crystal clear on why I'm frustrated?
Sure. I can understand you're frustrated. I understand that you do not wish to whelp ships, as you call it. I don't understand the logic behind that. You do not wish to send, a bunch of ships against a foe. One ship, many ships being able to overwhelm one big expensive ship. I don't understand why you don't want to do that. I don't understand why you don't want to do this kind of thing.
Because I don't.
I have heard you talk about.
I don't
you
want to
talk about
fly kitey bullshit all the time like you do. Okay, I like to play many different play styles in this game, and whelping ships for no objective gain is not something I enjoy. Now you may enjoy it. You may whelp all the things you want. But you have to see that other people in this game have different perspectives on how the game is played. And if you can't understand that not everyone plays the game as same as you do, you have some real learning to do about how this world works, because not everyone is expected to share your perspective on this game. Now play the way you want, but don't expect me to play your game.
I don't, but I'm more than willing to talk about my disdain for how you play the game. I can't force you to play a game that you don't wish to play. I can't force you to undock, and I cannot force you to fight me. But I can say that, for you to say, "Oh, I don't want to whelp ships. I don't want to fight Kitey," I'll have to fight my way. I mean, sure, you can fight your way, and I can fight my way. I don't see myself as whelping ships. When I go into a fight, I go into it as with a war face. I go into it looking to get a kill. I don't go into it with the mindset, I will whelp a ship. No, that's perhaps that's the reason why you don't want to, fight and do these things. You
Well,
care
no,
too
let's
much
be
about
clear.
not
Let's be
feeding me,
clear.
not whelping.
Let's be clear. The argument that Aerith and I were having was, if he brings command ships, Slepners, I think was what he was talking about. Would I just throw thoraxes at it, cruisers that were going to get obliterated, and all I have to do is kill one Slepner to make it ISK positive? And I say I don't care about the ISK war in that case, right? And that's where the quote came from. It was a fleet of Slepners versus endless thoraxes or whatever, right? That's what I was discussion about. It wasn't like that. And when I don't like kitey bullshit, what I tell my people is the same thing, which is don't chase kitey bullshit. There are ways to kill it, and we kill it regularly. I just don't want them chasing it because that's what they're designed to kill. So I say, don't fall into their trap of chasing it. We kill kitey bullshit all the time, but we do it smartly. It's when we do it stupidly and chase them that we lose to kitey bullshit. So that's clarity for you about what we like to do. We blow up a ton of ships. We kill a bunch of ships. We have a bunch of our ships get blown up. We fight every day. We don't take just the encounters that we know we're going to win. We don't run away if there's too many people, right? That's not our play style. That may be your play style, is to come in unless you have the advantage and then you leave. But that's not our play style. So play however you want. But if you keep taking me out of context and trying to put this thing around my neck that I don't like to fight, I'm going to come and I'm going to speak my piece. And I want everyone here to hear exactly how I feel about it.
I
Not
encourage
being
you to do that,
positioned.
Dunk. However,
being-
you say these things, but you put Brave standing to red. Your group put Brave standings to red after 5 of us bombed you. Just simple like that. You talk about not wanting to fight. You retreated from 5 people. Bomb us!
I didn't put any standings to red. I didn't put any standings to
Sorry,
red. What are you
Brave
talking
did.
about?
Your guys.
And we don't put people to red. We put them to orange. So I don't think you know what
by
you're talking
red,
about.
By red, I mean your standing fleet, your defense fleet, whatever you call it. You said it's a red for 5 of us. 5.
I didn't say it was red. I didn't say the only time we say red or green is when we want our ratting ships to not be out there doing stupid stuff when we have hunting people.
Fleets to red. I don't know the syntax of it. I may have been in test.
Okay, so let me be clear. You expect that when people are hunting in your space, you should tell your very low defensiveness ratting ships they should stay in space, because I don't believe that's the way any alliance in this game operates, right? Where they say, we know there's hunters out there, so don't be aware, ratting ships, just keep doing your thing. I don't believe any alliance works that way. Well, that's what you're accusing me of.
I'm accusing you of putting your it's just defense fleet, your umbrella, whatever you wish to call it, to red because of 5 people.
We never put our defense fleet to red. The only time we say red is when we want Rorquals off the field, or we want any expensive Ratters.
Okay,
right?
There we go.
So we're supposed to leave the Rorquals out so you can come tackle them. Is that what you're saying? That we're
5 people? You put entire alliance, however many people, and however many Rorquals and capitals and whatever, and these big expensive ships. Down for 5 people.
Do you know how Rorquals normally get tackled? It's not like 100 people showed up, right? Normally one person pins it down, then a saber comes in, right? Then the thing's bubbled, and then out of the wormhole or the Sino or whatever pours everybody else. That's how it works in nullsec. You may not play that game style. You can't count on that just because it's 5 ships, it's not going to be 100 ships 3 minutes later.
Dunk, I was in test for 3 months, actually 85 days. I know exactly how it works.
And believe me,
they did. Back when we were in test, we didn't set fucking Esoteria standing to red because
I'm not test. I'm not test.
Oh, of course not.
You can keep retreating in your argument against what I said. My point stands clear. You have misquoted me and my stance on fighting and when we don't fight. Now your fallback position is that we set our Rorquals to dock up when hostiles are hunting in our space, that shows that we're cowards, right? I beg to disagree. I think it's a little bit smart.
No. I mean, they set Esoteria to red when Initiative showed up with 200 Ravens. They set Esoteria to red when, what was it? In a Hell showed up and with 50 Lokis. But, you know, they didn't set Esoteria to red because 2 Wolves and a Jackdaw were next door to their fucking staging system. You talk about not wanting to fight.
What your point is? What again? That we're bad. We don't want to fight because we tell our Rorquals to be aware of the hunters that are in thing. Because all of you people, all of you that like to come hunt, you're all lurking together. You got all your Thera maps ready to go, and you bat phone the hell out of people if you get something important tackled. That's the way it works. Like, why are you pretending that's not exactly how it works?
That is how it works. I mean,
so
we have
5
friends,
people,
so do
and then
you.
you bat phone, and then it's 50 people, and the thing goes down. So why are we being
Out of
dumb
the line,
by not being realistic about the way Eve works?
out of an alliance of let me just check.
All right, so now, you can
13,000 people
yeah,
that you can't
right.
you
So
can't
you're
spare enough
retreating
people to
again
deal
to
with
number.
10
Yeah,
people.
so you're
That
retreating.
I'm
You're retreating
retreating.
the numbers, right? Like, so first I dismantle your whole thing about get out of my system. Now you're retreating to we try and protect our Rorquals against
I mean,
fleets, and that
this
we
is
should be
exactly
able
what
to.
you tell your
So
FCs
would
and
your
your
so would your
people.
preference
Dunk.
be? So would your preference be we drop capitals to
You tell
defend
them.
our Rorquals, because you hate that too. So how do you
tell
want
them
us to
not to fight
defend
us.
people? Right.
I
Right.
don't
No,
know.
we tell them to
ship
dock
up and
up,
fight.
and then we send the standing people out to fight you. Right? That's the smart move. Take the Rorquals, put them away, and send our standing fleets to go kill you. That's what we do all the time. Now, you may not want to be in a big group, and man, enjoy small gang. Go do it. Do your thing, man. You guys have fun. That's what this game is all about. But when you come here and you shit on me and my people, and you try and in some way say that we don't want to fight, the facts don't bear you out. And I will dismantle you time after time if you keep coming after me with these ridiculous arguments. Just play your game. Leave me out of it.
Okay then, Dunk. Why the fuck did your guys scream at a golem pilot because he went and fought us? He went into an ESS to fight us.
Shut the fuck up yet?
Bill, can you
Right, alright,
can you state
not
the
yet.
point that you were going to state earlier? But continue arguing. I gotta go. I'll be back later.
I want to hear this throwdown. Let's keep going on with this.
I tried to offer pseudo incentives, but he refused every corner.
Dunk, we have people in your comms. We have spies, obviously, because whatever.
Shocking,
Shocking,
yeah.
right?
And
anyway.
we don't want people to whelp a golem into something that's going to kill it with no chance of defending itself.
I mean, that guy had that guy had plenty of chances to defend himself. That guy was fucking difficult to
Did
break.
he win?
Did
he win? Did he
Fuck
win?
no.
No. Right. Fuck no, right? It's just like when Airborne Mike sends his Morris in. I know it's going to die, but he has fun, so go have your fun.
Well, he had fun. Why the hell do you guys yell at him? Why the hell are you guys telling him that he shouldn't do this? Asking him why.
Because we tell him the truth. You're going to fly in, and they're going to kill you. Don't intentionally lose your ship.
By the way, he nearly killed one of us.
He didn't want to die. He thought he was going to kill you. Right? We warned him. We've seen how this game goes. We know how this story ends. Don't lose your ship because you're not going to kill them all. Right? And he did it anyways. And did anything happen to him? Did he get kicked? Did anything bad happen to him? No. We pat him on the back and said, "Hey, man, all right."
You didn't pat him on the back at all. You fucking screamed at him in comms. And you talk about he didn't want to die.
Did I scream at him in comms? Did I scream at him in comms?
Sorry. By you, I mean members of Brave. Your FC team, your whatever. You're too absent from the comms from what I know.
My shut the fuck up, Rich. Is seconded by Rain. Do we have a vote now?
What's up? Was there a vote for a shut the fuck Richometer activation?
I motioned for a Rich shut the fuck up, and then Rain seconded it.
Okay, I didn't hear the second. Can I hear the second on the motion? Okay, we are now taking the vote to shut the fuck up and gavel.
Look, I'm checking. No, don't. I'm checking out. Right. Like, I just happen to.
You need to shut the fuck up.
I just happen to be.
What did you say?
I just happen to be flying by different Twitch chats.
To drive by Rich.
Who was he talking to?
He was talking to Rich.
Rich, I like you, but the reason why we tell people in expensive ships not to do stupid shit is not because we don't want them to have fun in their own ships. Go fucking lose a super all you fucking want. It's more about the fact that when you die in something expensive, it lures more and more and more, and then you get delve. So like, stop feeding the trolls. That's all any coalition fucking wants is people to just not feed people to bring more shit to deal with.
There are very few leaders of a corp or an alliance or a coalition that are going to like actively encourage people to needlessly feed themselves to people who are better set up and in a better position to win the fight. Okay, like that doesn't happen unless like you're part of some crayon eating fucking low sec group or something, right? Like this isn't like a new thing, Rich. Like Dunk is 100% right to be saying the things that he's saying.
He's right in this way. If you have the mindset, if you're going to.
He's right in every way, if we're being honest.
But no, the thing is, if
no, here's the thing. Let me just
PvP.
clarify for you what the thing actually is. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have to, because basically what you are saying simply put, is that Brave doesn't fight. And
Of course not.
then you're talking about the manner in which Brave fights you. So, like, which is it? Do they fight or don't they fight? And you
pulling-
pick a lane and drive in it?
They want you to leave. They don't
Rich,
actually
you're
want to
sounding
provide
like
a fight.
Omega number 2.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, I don't think there was a valid single argument that you made. I'm
Bill,
sorry.
we've got completely different play styles.
Fair
Myself
word.
and Omega.
It sounds a lot like Rich is just really angry that Brave aren't feeding them like consistent little tackle ships every time that they go into their space.
Is
I
that
feel like
true?
that's
Omega
kind of
doesn't say that.
I have
will
an
say-
Orthrus, I have an SFI, I have a few other little things, and they didn't throw any interceptors into me this time. What a bunch of losers. That's what it sounds like, Rich. I know what you're trying to say, but I mean, dude, come
know,
on.
I mean, it was the thing I was saying
I
from
mean,
like
the
the
thing
first day I got in Trash Talk.
is like you're taking like 10 people that work together all the time and have like their shit already set up and maxed out versus some people who are in a group and maybe 3 of them have ever worked together and the other 7 to 20 are like, hi, all I have is this really shit fit caracal. Can I do something with it? Like, no, like it's not.
Well,
I
that's
I
not
made,
what
I
I'm
made
saying at all.
It's not a good deal.
that.
You said you want fights of 10 people or less. You and I have talked about
I
this.
don't want
You like
fights
fights
of 10
of
people.
like
I would take whatever fight that I'm able to fight.
Well, you're able to fight that you
shit.
bring. Are you now admitting that
Yeah,
you're
there's a qualifier on the end of that. A very strong qualifier on the end of that argument.
so you're going to only take fights that you can win? Is that what I've just heard, Rich Richmond? And that you run away from fights that you can't win?
Well, if
And
I
that
says
you're
I have
blaming-
a
you're
there's a
now
chance of there's a fighting
blaming
chance of
Brave-
it. I mean, if
so
there's
you blame Brave for doing something that you yourself do and call a valid strategy.
I mean, what is there to do when there's 50 jackdaws on grid, huh?
I don't know, dude.
Congratulations.
Whelp your
go
ship
find
into it
what
like
else
you
to
expect
shoot.
Why
everybody
don't
else
you
to do.
just feed? Just
Yeah,
feed,
just
bro.
feed, man. Don't run, just feed.
Fucking
Hey,
coward.
Listen, I never asked anybody to feed. All I do is ask for the fight.
Huh?
I mean, if you go if you
Well,
if you go
I
into a
could
fight,
fight,
if you
and
go
that's
into
fine, but
fight,
not
if you go
everybody.
into a fight,
If we're in
for
no
God's sake, Dawn,
it's
stop
not-
interrupting
we're not
people.
here.
You've been doing this
Ah!
the entire show. Jesus.
You've been
Waiting
interrupting.
for somebody to stop talking.
I'm trying to make you look better by letting you talk less, I think is what's happening here.
Shut up, Jeremy.
All right, Rich.
That just came from Jeremy, dude. Oof.
Rich, you
if
have
you go
the
into a
floor.
fight with the mindset, if you go into a fight with the mindset that you're going to lose, you want to go into a mindset that you don't want to feed. Like, you shouldn't be going to a fight with this kind of mindset. You should be going into the fight with mindset that you're going to win, that you're going to kill them.
Do you understand what the qualifier brave newbies means? Is that people
They're
in
not
this
newbies. They're absolutely
Well,
not fucking
let's
newbies.
be honest. Brave Newbies is just
That-
a corp and Brave
it is-
Collectives. So, I mean, that's just a meme. I get
So-
it. It's great.
It is possibly one of
But
the
anyway,
most
Rich.
toxic
So
places you can send a new player.
So here's the rub as far as like going into a fight that you don't think you can win. You don't go into that fight because people don't fight to lose, and unfortunately, ISK isn't necessarily infinite, and you don't just want to lose your shit over and over again. That's why people in your group and people like your group will fly the kitey bullshit. Is
Dude, I-
because no, hold on. You can't yell about people interrupting you and then interrupt me.
Yeah, fair.
So that's why your group flies the kitey bullshit, is because it's easy to get away. You've learned how to get away flying that ship. So realistically, if we want to talk about who is more averse to fighting, I would argue that it's the people that fly the kitey bullshit. Because if you're flying something that is specifically designed to fuck off at the slightest chance of a fight you're not going to win, then I think you're the coward here.
Am I? I mean, when
That's
the
the
neutral
whole
enters
definition
local,
of a kite.
when
It's
the
like
neutral enter
you
local,
fly. Shut up, Rich. Was a kite to fucking it will fly out at a distance on a string. If you let go of it, it fucks off. That's why you call it kitey bullshit, because it'll just fuck off whenever it feels like it needs to.
I mean, if you
But
want us to
here's-
brawl, I mean, I've brought plenty of times with Brave. I've won brawls plenty of times. But
So here's
problem
the
with
thing,
brawling
though,
is
Rich,
it
is that
allows
there's
you to field one
nothing-
huge advantage that we can't use, and that is being supers and capitals.
Cool. But
And
here's
people
the
love
thing.
it.
Death.
Here's the thing,
that.
Rich. Here's the thing, though, is that even though that's the play style that you choose to play, there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
Of
there's
course it
nothing
doesn't.
wrong with you playing how you want to play, just like there's nothing wrong with Brave playing how they want to play. But I believe that this entire conversation started with the out of context quote of "We just want you to leave our space," which you use to signal that you think that Brave doesn't want to fight. Over the course of the conversation, I believe we have made it quite clear that you're not actually upset about Brave not fighting, but rather the manner in which they fight, because it's an overwhelming defeat for you. Correct?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, Rich, in the future, just use me because I absolutely just want people to go away. So if you need someone to quote, just quote me on it because I absolutely every time I defend Del, I just want you to go away.
I don't think that's necessary.
I'm not a good FC. I don't want to sit here and fight because I can't do it.
So
It's
I
just
think
Goon insiders don't want people to fight. They just want the bad guys to go away so they can continue mining.
No,
Hold on
no.
a second. Let me
Me
address something
personally,
in chat.
Don Rea.
Dank,
you don't
I
have to address
absolutely
the
do
chat.
not.
It's okay.
I absolutely do not wish to deal with raw cores. That is the most boring fucking existence in terms of PvP ever. That is a structure bash
Not
with a
meaning
5
enough.
minute
They can
guaranteed stall. Like,
H-Ron.
fuck raw cores.
H-Rons, man. You want something that can't fight back.
Why
No,
fuck oracles?
I want things that can fight back. I
Hey,
want things to be the
guys,
fucking
Except
pros.
when they're too
I
good at
really
holding back,
I'm
and then
gonna
you
do
run
a
away.
poll in the Twitch chat real quick, just to see what you guys think. This poll is pretty special to me because it's should we let Dawn go back to mining?
yes. Everybody say yes, please.
Dawn is fine to mine.
I haven't mined in like 4 months. It's killing me.
So
Come on in,
we've
the
got
water's
a
warm.
I
we've
need
got
a
a 10-minute
rock.
poll to see if we let Dawn go back to mining. You can vote yes or no. It's totally up to you. And on that note, holy cow, it's already 20 till showtime wrap up. Yikes.
It's too
We've
far
had
along now. All my mining ships have been converted to
Sorry,
death
Rick, I wasn't
machines.
able to make it. It's
We
been
just got here. We gotta go longer.
What
of
did you
course.
say, Billy?
So
Hold on a sec, what did you say, Billy?
Billy, talk to me about what happened there in M2. Skip the end bit, like the very tail end. Like, don't talk about that at all, because that's not important. But everything else
Where
we
you
can
amulet?
talk.
so. Tonight we had 2 faction Fortizars online or in whole timer in period basis. So we wanted to create a situation where goons were forced to be unable to defend them. So we get 2 free faction Fortizar kills. So we farmed up at a 100. They farmed up at a 100 to counterform us. They sat there. We sat there because they knew that if they went to period basis, we could instantly, go to M2. So they couldn't go to, south. So we just stared at each other for ostensibly 35, 40 minutes, something like that, just waiting for the other to make a move. Neither of us did. And then we're like, okay, well, we'll just go into M2 then because why not? We jumped in. There was a Aster house that was anchoring, or it was coming out of its anchor timer. So the core had been installed and the 15-minute timer was ticking down. We jumped in. We began shooting it. Goons warped in 3 hack fleets. Goon Eagle, Goon Munin, then Initiative Eagle, in that order. And then we dropped some caps on them, carriers primarily, I believe. We won the fight pretty handily. Initiative ran very quickly, and then 10 minutes later, both of the Goon fleets left bit by bit without their FC monitors, obviously. We then proceeded to.
I have a question. Why do you say bit by bit constantly?
I don't know, probably
Canadian.
speechism. Yeah, Canadian stuff.
Okay.
Like
I just noticed it a lot. Continue.
just an ism of the way I speak, I suppose. So meanwhile, the first faction Fortizars die. The second one's dying at this point. The fight happens. We win the fight. The Aster House is killed. We then drop an Asbel. We then peace out.
And nothing else happens. Not a single thing happens afterwards.
And the red line loses an amulet pod because he can't check before he undocks.
That didn't
What?
happen. That's not me. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
was Redline the idiot that lost the fucking the
Yes.
pod?
Yes.
That
I'm
wasn't
also
me.
watching this.
I don't know what you're talking
This
about.
poll is
Not only can you not figure out 3 fleets a week, you lose an amulet pod. Are you serious?
Look,
This
it was
pole
just
is a dead heat,
at
guys.
least it wasn't an ultra grade amulet pond, you know? It was just a high grade. It's not a big deal.
Wow, that's pretty
Anyways,
dumb.
Oh,
yeah,
Billy,
it was
I
pretty
am.
dumb. Not gonna lie.
I am disappointed in.
First
I'm not
time I ever
disappointed in
lost a pod
M2.
like that, by the way. First
I'm not.
time.
I'm not disappointed what happened in M2. I'm disappointed in the fact that this fucking war is going to be stored for another 2 months. It's a fucking bad
2
ending,
months,
dude.
man. We're like
Man,
6 months to go at least.
6 months. Fuck's sake. What a
Billy
bad
likes
ending
to
for the
take his
war. I wanted the war to end already. Like, win or lose. Like, god damn. I want it to be over.
So you
Then
want it to
join
be
a
like a
side
bad
and help.
ending.
Rich, you're not fighting in the war. Why do
Why-
you care?
Join a
honest-
side and help.
Honest question, Rich. Why do you care at all?
Why do I care? Because it's because
we don't talk
like
about
it or
it.
not, your war.
Rich
well,
just
this war in
wants his
general.
voice to be heard, guys.
I think we all just want our
Thank you,
voices
Bill.
to be heard.
Rich,
So I
once
mean,
this war's over, we can just go back to like dropping caps on
he was
whatever.
making a point if we want to let him finish doing that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, so like real shit. Even though sometimes Rich says some really stupid shit, like he has just as much of a right to talk on here as everybody else does. That's
He's
why
still a real boy.
I'm serious. Like that this platform is for everybody. Yeah, we can rib him and you know beat him up a little bit, but I mean, hey, speak your
Bill,
piece, dude.
Bill, please don't mock my voice. Anyway.
I wasn't mocking your voice. I was fucking making a quote.
Okay.
There's a Pinocchio reference, I think, but
I mean, honestly, like the thing is, Rich, like this is probably better for you than anything else because if there was no war going on, all of these PvPers would be back in their home areas, just like obliterating your fleet and waiting for it. Like
It's hard to say because
We'd fuck
it's
it
not
up.
really hard to say because I can
like,
tell you that's what PvPers do, right? They
w-
if there's no war, they sit in their home stations and they're just waiting for that fucking Richmond ass. They're like, oh, give me that booty. Oh, give it to me. And then you jump in and like 5 broadswords and like 10 Bargus are sitting there with like 2 snake stilettos coming for that ass. And then Rich is like, these fucking guys and their fucking overblinged stuff.
They're
It's not
blubbing
fair
me.
PvP. They shouldn't be allowed to do this. And like over and over, the cycle repeats. And then, the
We're
guys
talking
all go off to
about
war, and it's like,
Marcus.
we're all the guys that I was going to PvP with. They're in the war. Why won't the war end?
Why
Why
won't
was-
you fight with
wasn't-
your big blingy shit?
Wasn't I PvPing and doing smoking before this war kicked off? Long before this war
Yes,
kicked off.
but you were also
Doing-
complaining then.
Doing small
what?
gang is relative based on the definition.
What
of
were you
doing.
complaining about then? I can't even go back. It's like, but Brave
I-
isn't fighting me the way I want them to, or fraternity's
everything
got
else.
too many fucking Hugans. I can't remember the complaints from 8 months ago, but
or something.
Rich thinks he's playing a single player game and is making complaints to the dev about balance.
No, I don't think I'm playing a single player game. And neutral enters local, and people dock up. You think I'm the person that docks up? No, I'm the neutral that entered local.
Okay, Heisenberg.
Unless they outnumber you and you can't take you can't fight. You share your wins. You
But
dock
where
up.
was I before my train of thought was thrown off?
We don't know, dude.
Whether
We're confused.
whether or not I like it, whether or not people like it or not, really, your war has affected this game for quite.
There's 150,000 of them hanging out with me.
Hold on, Dawn, for heaven's sake, please don't interrupt me when I'm trying to say this. So, I do have a vested investment in seeing this war at least end sooner, so that things can change. I'm not too keen on how the regions and how the game has been affected right now. It's certainly an interesting change. Some are good, some are bad, but I'd like to see it to return to just regular day to day.
No.
Billy, who told you
Fuck
about our
you.
Marcus play? That was secret.
First off, let me explain very clearly that we are going to play the game how we want to play the game. You are going to play the game how you want to play the game. Currently, we want to beat the ever living shit out of Goonswarm, and that's exactly what we're going to continue to do.
Should beat this dude.
Did you guys
then
talk about the
please.
snuff fight yet?
We did, yeah. You
No one gives a shit
you
about
weren't here. You were off doing other things. We had Ivy. We had
I
Ivy on
want
to
to
talk
and-
about it.
What'd you say,
What
Dawn?
did you say?
Snuffed is basically Wanto and Vertizio sucking each other off on who can get their biggest infiltration of the week.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure there's not a third guy named Tao AD that's like kind of significant in Snuff
I
either.
mean, if he wants to get in there on that, that's fine. I only know those two of that group, so I'm sure there's others.
That's so cool. Said nobody.
Anyways,
ever.
chat says that I should be able to get back to mining, so that means you have to leave now. Chat has spoken.
Chat has spoken.
Should I spend points? I have 50,000, but should I
No,
spend
it's
some
not
to
over
vote
yet.
no?
This poll is not over yet. So you guys can still vote in the poll, by the way. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting pretty distracted by everything else that's happening. Getting various pings about things that may or may not have happened. And,
Speaking of pings, I have to get to something.
oh, you
But,
got a Rorqual tackled?
Mackinac.
possibly.
We found another small gang, like it's two guys, right?
That's
One's in a
I
Corvette.
actually love fighting
By
other
small
small
gang,
gangs
you mean
because
fucking Procure?
I
Yeah.
actually dread and love fighting small gangs at the same time because not only is it incredibly exciting, it's also absolutely fucking terrifying because
Both run away from each other, and then you realize how cancerous the play style is.
Then you meet up on Reddit and scream how no one dropped their blingy shit and fought, and you're
Then
fucking.
you exchange business cards on each other.
You're no good.
Why
'cause you
didn't they
log
burn
in.
into my Orthrus kite missiles?
Sure, whatever
Your
fancies you.
ESS is
Like,
overpowered.
And then I'm going to take 3 words and another 3 words from another sentence. And I'm going to make my own quote, and I'm going to misquote you for the next 6 months.
Hey,
should be banned.
So nine nullsecers and a wormholer walk into a bar. Can you guess what happened to the wormholer?
He got evicted.
He got evicted.
He got stretched.
Rent is due. Rent is due. Okay, look at that. The poll has been decided. Should we let Dawn go back to mining? And the answer is a resounding with 52% of the vote. The answer is no. Dawn does
Sorry,
not
Dawn.
get to go back to mining. Dawn, you stay in that Guardian, you stay in that Scimitar, you stay in that Basilisk, and you keep repping your boys in black and yellow.
Fuck goons.
I'm gonna start using my Zarmast again.
Don't start using your Zarmaz, we'll just kill it.
Hey, if someone can tell me
I'm
what
letting
Rich
no,
had,
you won't.
let me know. I'll try to dunk on him.
No, it's okay. Rich is gone. He had some things to do upstairs. Anyways, Billy, I have a question for you. We touched on it while you were out ringing the dinner bell. What's it feel like to have a dinner bell over goons again?
Oh my god, you guys have done this the whole fucking war. Oh my god.
And we
No
love
one
it.
gives a shit. If
I
you
do.
bring it in 1DQ
I asked
versus
Billy. I asked Billy a question.
It's
Can
the
can we let
same
Billy answer the question, Don? Would that be
Wait,
okay?
what's the dinner bell?
stupid question.
M2
Time
is
to
the
feed
dinner
me.
bell. Basically,
Oh.
every time we jump in, the dinner bell gets rung and they have to come and get, feed.
So it's basically it's just like the Keepstars and NPC Dove, where we just drop it and then ding ding ding. It's like somebody's on a farm yelling for all the piggies to come eat, and then we just come and we feast.
You come up with the craziest shit to make yourself feel better, Redline.
I have to.
At least you admit it.
If I don't make myself feel good, who's going to? Your sister's off at college. Your mom is back with
My
your dad.
sister's a saint.
Who's gonna make me feel good if the two women in your life aren't?
Aren't
Talk
you
about my sister, motherfucker.
Man.
I don't actually have a sister.
Anyways, I mean, it's the same thing that happened to us in UALX. We know how it works because we were on the bad side of it, trying to maintain that hellcamp. It's just one of those things, right? You create a situation where the effort of maintaining the camp is not fun, and obviously we're now beginning to hit the opportunities to start taking things back that are outside of M2 range because the hostiles can't really leave M2 for the most part, and I don't know, things are kind of going well.
Hi, DJ.
DJ Aldard.
I mean, obviously we're still bouncing back from, M2 Part 2, but certainly things are on the upswing of momentum, to say the least.
Yeah, I've liked the recent upswing in momentum. The op tempo has increased back to its normal cadence, if not higher than it was before M2, and it's just good times. I've actually been able to go out and get on what feels like a lot of fights, which I really enjoy, especially when I don't die first.
Or lose a 4-bill pod, right?
I didn't lose a 4-bill pod. I don't know what you're talking about. So hey,
Hey man,
DJ, what's up?
you
Oh
did do
God,
more
you're
than the initiative tonight. You know,
super loud. Hold up.
is this better?
I got
Okay.
you. I got you, buddy. I got you. You just broke
Okay.
every
Yeah, I
headphone
already made
user's
fun of
eardrum.
initiative for
Oh
warping
yeah,
in last and warping out first.
oh the gigantic fucking cowards they are.
Well,
I don't even
so
know like how like there's a lot of FCs here, right? How do you form a fleet and then just like and not do anything? Like this makes no sense to me.
Don't Initiative have their death clones over in Catch and Stain or whatever?
To be fair, to a degree, they've already killed the majority of the easy kill structures in that area, so they're not doing a ton more in that area now.
When I take out a fleet, I like to prepare for a cap escalation. Just saying.
well, fortunately, we don't have to worry about a cap escalation. It seems because it's just a fun time.
And cowards never escalate, so
there you go.
Well, I don't
Yeah, I
think
was actually
it's.
very surprised tonight they didn't like do anything. They just let us shit on them with fucking caps in him too. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, we watched it on the big screen just moments before Redline fed his pod.
Billy, I have to ask you a question real quick. We had earlier. Speaking of that, are the allegations true that you're paying Snuffed Out to attack the Sixth Empire Keepstar?
No.
Okay, thank
It's
you
like
for
the
answering.
stupidest. It's the stupidest
Yeah.
thing I've ever heard. Actually, I'm just like, what the fuck?
I
Glad we
mean,
have that.
as far as I'm tracking, the Space Pope is Imperium aligned, so like it's not insane, but like I don't give a shit about the Basgerin Keepstar. Like,
yeah, I mean I'm sure they're getting paid.
We do
Villy
that.
asking no, but it's like Villy asking high for
Other-
something. I don't know, dude. I just can't picture that.
honestly, I've got a pretty good relationship with High over the years. It's not too bad. We had our one incident, but
Since
you
the
know,
event, okay.
I don't know if I'd call that an incident. You just called him a friend on stream.
yeah, it was just a friend. But I mean, the thing is, in the scheme of like Eve name calling, it really isn't even that rough for most people,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
like it wasn't meant with like actual like hatred. I was just mad in general because it's like, you know, they killed like one Titan and one Super if I recall correctly. It was mostly just because like I was like, "What you doing, High?" He's like, "Oh, I'm doing this other thing." I'm like, "Okay, why are you dropping on me, High?" Oh, that other thing was you. It's like, oh yeah.
Dude, that was pretty good because I was gating trying to catch one of your supers that was moving. I noticed them moving, and I'm like, this is really weird.
Yeah, like we had intel on them, right? It was just
Yeah, I was because I like
the thing is,
gating
like
with the hey.
literally like 2 days
Catch,
before, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure we reimbursed them for like 125 dreadnoughts. So I was like still thinking like we're pretty tight with Snuff right now, right? So it just wasn't what I thought it was. You know, shit happens.
That was a great dread bomb y'all pulled off.
Don't even get me fucking started on that one.
Hey, dude, I had a lot of fun, and that's all that matters.
So DJ, you've recently been logging in more. How's that feel?
Yeah. Oh, it's good, I guess.
When are you gonna log into Rust?
Was
Just hanging
DJ
out
away
with the
for a
team.
bit?
Yeah, I was away for like a couple weeks. It's Discord warring.
We missed him a lot.
Redline thought he was gonna have to step up, so I had to make sure that
That was
didn't happen.
that's near impossible.
Well, like I thought I was gonna have to FC supers for a while there, but then we got all of our supers trapped in M2, so like it's a win-win for me. I don't have to FC supers, and
I mean, you can think that.
yeah, no, it's great.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess you can
Redline,
FC
you
them
can say that
now since you don't
supers
have
aren't
a
trapped.
amulet pod. So I think you need that to FC.
How
So
you
yeah,
gonna?
I mean that's how you know his super isn't trapped, Don, because he fed the pod for it. So
What happened?
he fed a super
My
pod.
super's not trapped.
That's true.
Yeah, we know that because your pod just died.
That wasn't me.
I was informed by
Wasn't me. Saw me on the counter. Wasn't me.
high-level members of your organization.
Well, they don't know my name.
So I've got an interesting, fun question for the Imperium people. How fucking cringe does it feel to be making like literally impeach memes out of this whole thing?
What?
Well, first of all, let's not try to take the high stand over there because some of the shit
I don't think
that
he
Mother
is. You just
Happy
asked a
Tide
question. You just
posts
asked
is
a question, Bob.
If your
What meme are
instinct
you
is
talking about?
about something, like usually that indicates it's not a good ground to stand on. But nonetheless,
What meme are you talking about? Because I don't.
you
I don't
guys literally are like making some weird like impeach Villy fucking
I haven't seen that.
petition.org
Okay, well,
thing.
like the
To be
5
fair, that
people
is
in
just
like asking making that does not count.
random dude. That's
I've
a one
been
random guy.
I've been removing it too because people are posting their real life names on it,
Like,
and it's a bit too close to real life for
I
comfort.
mean, I have no idea what that. First of all, I don't really
It's
know
probably
what post you're
ASCII.
talking about. Secondly, I don't even
If
know
you
who would
read your
post
own
that.
local chat, it's pretty easy to see.
Who
I don't
reads
read local chat.
Yeah, come on now.
I have goons and test blocked
I'm
local
trying to
so-
keep up with like the multi
Yeah,
bots and
I
all
have goons blocked
local
too on like
chat.
all my characters, but every once in a while I'll be on like a random Sinowelt and I'll see the spam in the local and I'll be like, oh Jesus, I didn't do it on this character. It's like,
Why do you have
I
them
mean, if
blocked?
you've got it, send it over. I
Local
will
spam.
review it for your pleasure.
I
yeah,
mean,
the
what
local spam is
does
fucking crazy, and it like it's not in like a funny good way crazy. It's like just like a like an actual like impediment to the game, kind of like crazy.
Have you met Hugh Breeze yet?
What?
Hugh Breeze.
I don't know
Have
who
you
that
met
is.
that character yet?
No, of course not.
Don, you can't
Well,
expect them
I
to
saw
know every
Gagex
person
tonight.
in Imperium.
I saw Gagex tonight, and I thought that was a pretty good name. Whoever that is in goons,
That's
that
fun.
was a good one.
Ragnar's like obsessed with messaging you guys in T5Z.
No,
But
Billy, I don't
Pretty
honestly
regular
know.
pace.
Like we can control what our fucking line dudes say on whatever.
Sure you can.
You
You
can or
kick
you
them.
can't.
Sure you could.
Can
When they act like douchebags, you kick them.
I can fully assure you, if anybody in test says something over the line, they're getting the fucking boot. So I don't know,
Yeah, you
because
have all the power.
we put down some shit like literally
boot.
yesterday that somebody was trying to go a little too
Get
fucking
out.
heavy.
Got
the
the
thing
boot. Get
is
out.
I don't know
The
what you're
boot.
talking about. So clearly it hasn't cycled enough for me to see it. Because I'm more in tune than most of these dumb fucks.
You guys missed it.
In theater.
Okay.
On my stream, I said if you find characters with like terrible names, because somebody didn't like the name. It was like Booty Queen or something like that. It was kind of funny. But I found people with slurs in their names and I reported them, and some dude got fucking mad at me saying I report people quote from the enemy with slurs in their name or some dumb shit. Yeah, there's a lot of shit people do that's over the line. You should not be afraid to either kick them or report them for dumb shit like that.
Yeah, I don't pay that much attention.
I killed the combo. Sorry, team.
It's okay.
Chat is dead.
I said hi to you earlier.
Shut
Not here to
up,
hide that,
Sager.
though.
Did
Stop
you?
talking about the dead
What?
chat, dude.
You were like in 4XO. You said hi to Asher, but you didn't say hi to me. I was
Oh yeah,
very sad.
I saw Asher's A, and I didn't scroll through the local chat. I missed
Wow,
you though.
simping? I mean, shrimping?
Shrimp.
Uh-oh.
Who's shrimping?
Shrimping?
Are you an
Wait.
Asher shrimp?
Well, Twitter's,
Rain?
I'm an Asher
Twitter's
shrimp.
got the weirdest fucking rule.
Dude,
I mean,
Asher's the hottest dude in Imperium. Prove me wrong.
Have you seen Merkelchen?
Merkel Chen?
Have you seen Asher?
Have you seen Merkelchen?
Yes, I have. And Merkel Chen wins.
No, that's so mean, Don.
Have you seen me?
No, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong here. Asher is my favorite FC in the Imperium, hands down. Whatever he's running, I will go on his fleets, whether he wants me there or not.
Okay, but you
But
say
Merkel Chen
hands
is
down,
a
and what I think you mean is hands up in the chat. Get your mind
they
one
were
hands
actually
up.
up.
Are we talking about these
They
people
were
without their
actually up.
shirts on, or are we talking about like their FC ability?
Well,
Oh.
Asher's FC ability for sure. But Merkle Chen, I have seen in person at Vegas more than once. And he looks good in a suit.
Rich, I just got
I have
balled
a
by
question.
Tess. Can you please represent me?
Who is
I have-
the new Goons Form FC? The new like hack Goons Form FC I see occasionally. Is it Tom? Tom Flood? Is
No,
it the
he's
new
not
dude?
new.
That's just Mike
That's him?
Flood.
It's Mike Flood.
It's Marine Roster is the thing. He's a new one. I've never seen him before.
Marine.
Well,
Probably an
whoever the
alt.
new Goon FC who's like learning
Who?
that is.
Marine Roster.
We don't have any new hack FCs.
Likely
I
just
can tell you
somebody's
that.
alt that you
Oh.
don't know.
Fair.
Probably. Never mind then.
We got like Cauldron. Cauldron and I did a tornado fleet that went like as well as a lead balloon. I got like 5 people killed by warping them to a belt, and the diamond rats killed them.
Tornadoes are one of those things where you have to be really, really good to do them, and most people who do them aren't.
We,
Or-
about an hour and a
or
half
just
in, we
taking
finally
on a
got our group.
multi-boxer.
Or yeah, like well, I mean, the thing is, most of the good tornado groups are just literally like 5 dudes with like 10 ults each.
Back when
Yeah.
I was a little bit younger, in Losec, I would do a lot of propless tornado fleets, and they're fun as fuck. And then I realized that because everyone still had their Lynx Tengus like orbiting gates and shit, that all you had to do was like attract a fight and then and figure out which gate their fucking Lynx ship was on, and you made like a fuck ton of ISK. It was great. And then they took away the fucking Lynx, and then Loki stopped flying tornadoes.
That's a
Oh,
shame.
We
Just
got
thought you
somebody
all
killed because he was a dumbass.
just thought you all needed to know about that. Yeah, diamond rats are a bitch.
The old Link,
This little
the old Link
caracal.
mechanics were certainly very different compared to now.
Oh, it was amazing though, because if you get like, I don't know, I had like 20 tornadoes. I didn't have that many, right? But like you'd like basically like one shot the Tengu. And then also we had like 1 or 2 guys who didn't get on it, so they could also get on the pod. So you immediately just like destroy them and then go talk up. It was fucking fantastic.
I love the diamond rats. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Blood Gang for life.
Hey, stop this.
What?
It's a game reference.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
a game reference. It's a terrible reference to something terrible.
They're trying to say Blood Raider Gang.
I know what they're trying to say. I'm just not letting
Okay,
them say it because
Do I
of
need to
reasons.
say that specifically for Twitch rules?
No.
I don't remember reading that.
To be
anywhere.
fair, probably not a terrible idea.
I mean,
fair.
maybe, but So there's a couple questions in chat about the people that are on the stream, and the channel itself. So I do want to let everybody know that this show is 100% Imperium propaganda. If you are watching it, you should probably be a member of the Imperium because all you will get here is how great the goons are and all that kind of stuff. If you hear anything that sounds
Yeah.
like it's pro-pappy, it's fake news, it's spin, and it's probably
Satire. It's satire.
Don. It's probably Don or Bill talking because everybody else kind of hates goons, and we'd rather just see them all implode into a buzz.
Actually, Billy, did you
Yeah,
hear
fuck
Jeremy
yeah.
said you guys never lost a fight in a capital fight in M2?
Oh, Don.
Shut the fuck up, Sarah, Jeremy.
We did not lose a single
That's what you said.
engagement, is what I said.
Well, no,
He
you
said-
didn't say that.
He said you guys
What
never
you
lost a
did
single
say-
capital fight in M2.
No,
Well,
I
I
didn't
can
say that.
assure you, we definitely lost 1 capital fight in M2.
That's it. My cap.
See, Billy knows what's up.
Sorry, M2. What I meant to say, if I might
I
have
don't
been
care what you
unclear,
meant to say. It's
is
what you
that
said.
we did not lose a single capital in that engagement in M2. Was what the intended.
Yeah, well, that ain't what you said. And
Yes,
it's
the engagement today, we did not lose a capital during it.
I'm
Well, we know
starting a
that because
new
we
poll in
watched
the
it
Twitch
together,
chat.
Jeremy. Jesus, you're the one who told us was happening.
You lost a capital
Slaughter.
pod, but you didn't lose a capital
Yeah,
ship.
we lost a annual
lost
pod
the
worth
red
like
line.
3 capitals, but we didn't lose any actual capitals.
So I started a new
Asbel, that's
poll in
worth
the
a
Twitch
capital,
chat
right?
for who's prettier. You can go ahead and make your choices in the
I mean,
poll.
like, is that like an individual, like who has the hottest individual, or is that like holistically of looks?
Because we have Merkle Chen, so clearly goons are prettier. If you're going off
have
of
you seen some
characters-
non-Imperium dudes?
Yeah,
No,
honestly,
I haven't,
like
'cause they don't go anywhere.
Like, have you seen
honestly,
this?
if you saw like what the test leadership looked like, you'd be like, this needs to be like some kind of strip club or something.
Oh, you guys
Or,
should put out a
Do you have
calendar, dude.
pictures or?
Put out a
Okay,
fucking calendar.
listen, Billy, you can't tease me with that and
Fidel
not
already
provide a
leave?
picture.
You have to post
unfortunately,
pictures.
those are their pictures, not my pictures. So.
We are getting strangely real life
would-
for this stream.
I would
I'm honestly like sometimes
This
disturbed
is-
how
this is
attractive
good
most of Tech's leadership is.
Oh.
PanFam or
Listen-
PL's really cute too. We do Zoom calls all the time, and I always like post in the girl Discord how cute everyone is. It's fun
Yeah,
because we
I've
have a
heard
couple of
rumors
PL.
about that Discord.
Which
We've
ones?
spent
The female Discord where you all post pictures of us and then you're like,
Yeah, we leak
Oh.
we leak
Oh, I'm
photos
in
all
that
the
one.
time.
Wait, hold up.
You
Wait
mean
a
the
second.
waifus with knifus?
Have my
Oh, I'm
pictures
in there.
been
I
linked
never
in
looked
there?
at it though.
No red line. Yeah, Don, you
No.
should check out more.
You're
Do
not.
the Thirst
Good.
channel.
Thank God.
Oh, hold on. Let me go take a look.
Or what you do is you just search someone's name and then you can see all the related posts about them.
Oh, there
Holy
is
fuck.
a thirst channel. Let me go look at that.
I don't. That's kind of weird that this is all like CIA. You should be like a
You guys have your not safe for work porn channels. Girls can have like post cute
Go
boy
in there.
channel.
Don't do
Oh,
those.
you-
kinds-
it's
You
like
should
I know it's a bit of a meme, but like Eve groupies are a thing. You just gotta embrace it. Like
Mhm.
it's like
That's
Do
a true statement.
Predominantly
it
when
is.
you're
Let me tell
when you're in a
you,
position of
I got
power.
stories
My-
from the
yeah.
podcasting days.
Dude,
I
I've got stories
run
from
one of the most-
2011 being an FC with like Eve groupies,
Yep.
and I'm like, this was a fucking mistake. Like,
I run the most prolific porn area for Goon Swarm.
Eat
So
that,
Oh, no.
sure.
every
All right.
time the
Kansas
every
City.
time
Oh,
the
yeah, I'll
Now-
meet you.
every
I'll meet
time
you.
Now
the
the
porn, no, I'm not
conversation is
stopping.
diving
Every time the
into
porn bot goes down,
porn
I get pinged
and
by 10 people.
thirst and all of the things, and I'm so
So
glad
it's
emote only chat
Goon
is on.
only fans.
Rain, have I ever popped up in that channel?
I don't think
Only
so.
flex.
If you
You
want, you
should.
can
He's got great hair.
Oh
all the
shit!
guys
Send me a
looking for
picture.
validation. It's like,
Send me a
Guys,
picture.
Yeah,
I'll
I
post
know.
it.
No,
Yeah,
I just wanted to
wanna know
make
if I-
sure the three people that know what I look like didn't leak my shit.
Don't worry,
They
Anyways,
I have like
ask before.
I respect
so
privacy.
Yeah, most people usually
Bill's
ask
got
before
great
sharing
hair.
the photos.
today
I have, like-
is the last day that you can get the Make Null Set Great Again hat, by the way. It's going to be gone forever tomorrow. No
Has
one's
anyone
bought
bought it?
No
I
one's
don't
bought
see any
it.
pictures.
Redline, send me one if you have
I
extras.
don't
I'll
see
pay
any
for it.
pictures.
I don't have
Inside.
any. Like I'll even
go
drop
back.
the price if you want to buy one for real. But it's gonna be gone after today. That's so sad. I thought more people would be interested, but it's hilarious.
I would
Anyways,
get it how long will it take to ship? Is it
Like-
US based ship?
like a week. That
It depends. Like once they fix the U.S. Postal Service, it'll probably be real quick.
There's a
honestly,
lot of
any
talking in this thirst channel.
honestly, any
Yeah.
M_, GA hats nowadays are probably poor taste would be the probably best way to say it.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm gonna wear to the gym every day once that stuff opens back up.
So what you're saying is that I missed my opportunity,
Your timing's perhaps a little off, yeah.
but it's been
Mm.
available since the election. It's not my fault what happened afterwards, which we're not going to talk about. So that wasn't my fault. All right. Anyways,
what happened?
so I don't want to end the stream because I think we're having a lot of fun and I want to keep having fun because there's more stuff I want to talk about. But I did promise that for uploading purposes, the podcast, the YouTube video, they cut off at about 2 hours. So for all intents and purposes, if you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on the podcast,
Trash
this is
Talk
where the
Tuesday.
show is going to end for you. If you want to see the rest of the show, it will be available on the New Eden Post Twitch channel until it expires. And you can always watch live Tuesdays at 0200 Eve every single Tuesday without fail. And this is the 34th time we've done it. So